This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM Floresville, your home for the Blitz with Jason and Joe on YouTube and always at sasportsstar.com. San Antonio's Sports Center.
The Spurs are headed to Las Vegas for the NBA Cup semifinals against the OKC Thunder. They beat the Lakers in LA last night, 133-119. Steph Castle, 30 points. Victory in LA broke a string of 14 consecutive losses against Luka Doncic for the Spurs. The last win coming on April 11, 2021. Saturday, they head to Vegas to take on OKC. Tip-off in Vegas, set for 8 o'clock.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minutes.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Oh, beautiful day, Baltimore, Maryland. That's where we are. Army Navy weekend, courtesy of our friends from USAA. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. He's Jason Minutes, and it's cold.
It is cold. It's 38 degrees on my phone. The feels like is around 22, but we've got a new hero of the day. I don't know her name, but one of the security officers here at the Inner Harbor just came in and closed the garage door where we are. Lady, thank you, ma'am, because you know we're sitting here. We're in this area of the Inner Harbor. It's like being somewhere on the Riverwalk, and there was a garage door, and I'm like, does that close? And our engineer Justin, he's a Philly type, so he was like, yeah. I've been waiting for somebody to suggest that we close that thing. And, there's a station from San Diego to our left. That guy's dying. And it was like, well, can we ask? Who do we get to close the garage door? And now it's gonna get really comfortable.
Well, I think so, because there is a heater over there.
Yeah.
And with no wind blowing. That's the thing about Baltimore. I didn't know the wind blew as much as it blows here in Baltimore.
What do you think wind does?
What? Not in Baltimore. It's not like
you're on the water running.
Dude, that wind is like a knife. It just goes right through you.
It does.
Absolutely right.
It does. It's a beautiful day.
Gorgeous day.
It looks beautiful.
It's just cold as hell.
Stupid cold.
Unbelievable.
Especially when you're in the shade. And it's going to get colder as the sun sets, because it's already 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You're on the East Coast. We know how time works. But here for Army-Navy weekend, which is always fantastic. So much to do, and tonight's going to be a lot of fun. They've got this big setup here. So we've met a lot of people from San Antonio here that are either USAA types or Army or Navy types that are from San Antonio. A lot of them recognizing Mr. Television here, Ryan and no Bill Taylor references, which is a little surprising when you get recognized for the TV
I'm not surprised. It's fantastic.
But a lot of people wanting to see what we're doing or where we're going to be, because this is going to be the fan zone, if you will. They call it Rendezvous Point. So if you're one of those listening in Baltimore right now, we saw check for Jimmy Eat World, which is a concert that's going to be out here a little bit later. A cool stage setup they have. All these interactive games. There was a F-18 flight simulator that Joe and I tried to do earlier today.
We tried it. We broke it.
It broke. I don't know that we broke it.
We broke it.
I thought I crashed on takeoff. I mean, you're on the aircraft carrier. You hit the thruster and you're going. And as soon as it was taken off, the screen went blank.
That happens in real life too. You hit that thruster, man, and it blank. It's like, hey, are you in yet? Let's go. I mean, come on. It's like, what the hell's going on over here?
Well, I mean, there is that. It's like, because I had the opportunity when I was in the Navy to take off from an aircraft carrier, and it is a feeling that is really hard to describe, because you actually go off that flight deck and drop and then shoot straight up, and your guts end up in your throat. It is a feeling that really is hard to describe. So I was curious how it was going to be on the simulator. Now, the initial part, yeah, I mean, everything is, it gives you that feel like you're about to take off and the turbulence, and you've got your headphones on and your goggles, and the screen is incredible. And you take off, and then everything went dark, and I was like, well, what the hell happened, man? I crashed.
Before we even took off.
Yeah, exactly. Now I know what it's like to crash, but apparently the generator deal had it. So maybe we'll get to do that later. I did kick your ass in a football throwing contest.
Dude, please.
What do you mean, please?
Well,
there's video evidence that's on all these San Antonio Sports Star socials.
Yeah,
you got all cocky saying this is what Army's going to do the Navy, and well, you weren't a quarterback.
Well, no, but that ball was like slippery as hell.
You're going to blame the ball.
That's exactly what I'm blaming.
Yeah,
the ball was slippery.
They were all
right
for both of us. And, and it's 9 degrees. And I guess both of us made the mistake of taking off our gloves, so it was hard to grip because it's stupid cold. But Navy or me kicked your ass representing Army. Go check out the video and make fun of our throwing motions on all the San Antonio Sports Star socials.
I'm trying to get internet back here and having a hard time with that. So that's why you see a blank screen if you're watching on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. I'll get it figured out and we'll go from there. But it's been a lot of fun. It's been a long day already.
I will tell you that.
Day. We took off at 5:45 this morning.
Yes,
from San Antonio.
Yes, we did,
and arrived here. And it's been great since we got here, though. It really is. And the good part about this, Jason, and you know this because you've been to about a bazillion of these things. It's just everybody's excited about this football game, and you get the patriotism. You get the everybody's just excited about, good old USAA. And it's one of those things that you just feel really patriotic, and it's a lot of fun.
And it's great to hear that from somebody like you who didn't grow up Army or Navy or Air Force and served, because sometimes I wonder if people that didn't do that or grow up in that way, how much they get the importance of this game. Now, when you talk about the great rivalry game, and, every year the polls always have the game, Ohio State and Michigan. And, boy, we'll get into Michigan here in a bit. And that is a great rivalry, Texas A&M. There's nothing quite like Army and Navy because, really, in the saying, your brother's 364 days, rivalries for one, and there is that truth. Everywhere you go Navy, beat Army. Our pilot today, we had a bunch of West Point types on the plane today, and the pilot Navy, and on the loudspeaker, and then of course the reaction from those that were passengers on the plane. Just that go Army crap, and the better way to say it, go Navy, beat Army. It's just a lot of fun.
Yeah, I feel sorry for people that weren't coming to this game and still had to get on that 5:45 plane. Dude, let me tell you, the airport, who knew? The airport was packed this morning. I mean, people actually fly that early because they want to. I don't know what's going on, but it was crowded as hell.
It's nuts because I picked you up, we picked you up, my wife and I, a little after 4 a.m.
Right.
And driving. And I even said to you at one point, it is weird being on the highway alone. Like, there was a stretch where we didn't see another car.
Nobody.
And then you get to the airport, and it's like a Sunday at Costco. And then the line. And that's where you go, man, I'm glad I got TSA pre-check. Glad you had TSA pre-check.
No kidding. We right through there, and it was, but still, man, I could not believe it, how crowded it was in that place. But we got here. Everything is good, and I'm looking forward to the weekend. It's going to be a fun weekend, including today. Have we mentioned that Annie Agar is going to join us?
No, not yet.
We haven't mentioned that?
Not yet. It's called Burying the Lead.
Oh, well, we saw her earlier at the hotel, and and you'll be happy, everybody, that she'll be joining us.
Hopefully, Ryan Nichols can get his cameras up and going by the time we get there.
Well, no promises.
I said cameras.
Yes, no promises. That's for sure. But it's fun. This really is a beautiful city. I'll be honest with you. I've never been to Baltimore before.
Yeah,
I've flown through the airport, but I've never been to the city. And it's we're in downtown Baltimore, and it's really nice right here on the water, and it's really a cool place. Nice city.
The Inner Harbor.
Inner Harbor.
That's all we've seen. We've seen the airport and the Inner Harbor because our hotel isn't that far away.
No.
We had a kind of a crappy lunch, but, just fast food, walking, and it was like, all right, where do we want to go? And it's like, well, it's cold. Let's stop walking. There's a burger spot. Let's go.
Exactly. And that's the way it is. I was hungry anyway, so I didn't think it was that bad.
No, what? I mean,
come on.
It's just,
it did the job. It was fun.
It did that. It did the job.
That's exactly what it did.
Annie Agar around 3:30. We do have Stephen Jones today. We've adjusted his time to 4:20. Make all the jokes you want. But Stephen Jones will join us at 4:20, and it's Army Navy Radio Row. You never know who might end up on the show throughout. I know we are going now. Miss America is scheduled to be on the show tomorrow, but we know we're in this building right now. In a little while, she's going to be, did they say, singing the national anthem at some sort of ceremony that they're going to have here at Rendezvous Point in the next hour.
Yeah,
so if Miss America stops by, we're going to throw headphones on her.
Well, absolutely.
Yes.
I mean, why wouldn't you?
But she is scheduled to be on the show tomorrow because we can.
Yes, and looking forward to that. Tomorrow's jam-packed because we'll be on Radio Row, and a lot of people get in tomorrow. But it's going to be a fun day, and we got a lot to talk about. This, I tell you what, this Michigan situation is all over the place, and it is the topic across the entire country. Everybody talking about this, and obviously it all switches from what happened with Sharon Moore to who's going to take over at Michigan. I mean, we kind of forget about, well, we got to talk football. He's got to run that program. Yeah. And so a lot of names out there, a lot of things to talk about when it comes to that. Huge win by the Spurs last night in Los Angeles. They get a big win, snap that streak against Luka Doncic, and now they're headed to Vegas to take on the mighty OKC Thunder on Saturday night. It's going to be fun. We're talking about that and all the rest when we continue live from Baltimore. It is Army-Navy weekend, brought to you by our good friends at USAA. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. If you get arrested, you know you want to get out of jail fast. And you know the best way to do that is calling my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. You can text the word bail to 474747 or even start the bonding process online at bestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds because nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, have a free shuttle service. They are discreet and confidential and open 24/7 with offices all over San Antonio and Texas. Services nationwide. So if you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, anywhere in between, license number 149, call AA Best Bail Bond, 210-225-2121, or go online at mybestbailbonds.com.
South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday night at 7:20, the Cowboys take on the Minnesota Vikings at home in Arlington. Pre-game at 6. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the Davis Law Firm, Hornitos Tequila, Connecticut, and Jim Beam.
How about you, Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Hornitos Tequila and America's team have one major thing in common. Everyone can enjoy them. They weren't made just to have a few fans, but to gather people who love high-quality, real Texas football and premium fresh-pressed agave tequila. It's for all our fans. Whether you live in Texas or not, or sip your Hornitos in a Paloma or straight, it's 100% agave tequila for 100% of Dallas Cowboys fans. Hornitos, the tequila de todos. Drink smart. Hornitos Tequila, 40% alcohol by volume. 2025 Salsa Tequila Import Company, Chicago, Illinois.
By texting 24700, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from J. Crew Factory. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at jcrew.com.
At J. Crew Factory, we think shopping should be fun, really fun, as in scoring our exclusive collection of classic styles for the whole family at prices that can't be beat. And today, save even more. Just text GIFTING to 24700 to receive an extra $25 off your purchase of $75 or more at your nearest J. Crew factory store. This holiday season, discover perfect presents for you and your crew. Shop cozy matching pajamas, toasty sweaters, amazing outerwear, festive accessories, and so much more. Get in the spirit at J. Crew Factory, where we have incredible deals every single day. Visit jcrewfactory.com to find your nearest San Antonio area store today. But first, get an extra $25 off your purchase of $75 or more when you text GIFTING to 24700. Text GIFTING to 24700 to get your $25 off coupon. That's GIFTING to 24700. See a store associate for details.
Honey, look, 4 calling birds.
Did they have cell phones?
Well, yeah, they're called calling birds because they have 4 lines of Cricket 5G.
How do they pay?
Oh, easy. Each line is only $25 a month.
Who are they calling?
Beats me. One sec, gotta take this.
Join Cricket Nation and get 4 lines for $25 per month each. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Cricket may temporarily slow data speeds if the network is busy. New lines only. All lines must be selected. Unlimited plan fees, terms, and restrictions apply. Cricket 5G requires a compatible device. Is not available everywhere. See cricketwireless.com for details.
Kohl's Customer Appreciation Event is here, right in time for the gift exchange. Even though everyone pretends gifting isn't a competition, it kinda is. At Kohl's, save on gifts everyone will fight over. From sweaters and flannels to air fryers, toaster ovens, and more. Because deep down, the gift exchange isn't just about giving. It's also about winning. Shop Kohl's and save on top gifts now. Select styles, some exclusions apply. Offers end December 14th. See store or Kohls.com for details.
Did you know that Apple started in a garage? Google started in a garage. So did Amazon and Hewlett-Packard. At the next rodeo, we have nothing against garages, but this is for those burgeoning businesses that started in backyards, bedrooms, bathrooms, kitchens, home offices, and also garages. Small businesses with smaller beginnings that were looked down on, tucked down too, but had the smarts to survive and the grit to grow. And now they're ready for the next chapter, the next level. Now they're ready for the next rodeo. The Next Rodeo is a creative partner that brings world-class thinking to companies who know where they're going, no matter where they came from. The Next Rodeo. The difference between the business you have and the business you want is one great idea. Get the full story at thenextrodeo.com.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
The Blitz live in Baltimore. It is Army Navy weekend, courtesy of our friends from USAA. This is The Blitz on 94.1, and I'm Joe. He's Jason. You know what is really weird, and I noticed this even when you go out to Los Angeles and it gets cold at night. And you still see people riding their bicycles and walking around and acting like there's nothing. And it's cold.
Well, it's in the 30s, feels like the 20s. Now, in the Inner Harbor, I don't know how many are locals and how many are tourists, but this is a very touristy area of Baltimore. Quite frankly, other than the bar district called Federal Hill, that's all I know about Baltimore. In the stadium, which is a couple blocks the other way. But I saw a guy the other day, or a little while ago, walking in just a T-shirt and jeans.
Yeah.
And,
it's nuts.
Yeah, they're nuts. But everybody else is bundled up and cold and acting like weenies like we are.
I don't know what it is about these East Coast people, you know? Whether you're Baltimore, Philly, New York, I don't know what's going on. It's
They choose to live in this.
I know.
Yeah,
I know. I don't get it.
They choose to live in this. It's a beautiful day here, and I'm glad because, you know, it's sunny out. It's just stupid cold. It's not rainy. It's not snowing, although snow is in the forecast. I just saw on socials they have painted the field over at M&T Bank Stadium, and it looks spectacular today. You could only hope that on Saturday for the game it will stay that way, but the forecast is calling for snow, which is the way Army Navy should be. You know, some of the suggestions that this game should move to the beginning of the year, which I would prefer the temperatures, but there is something about this game when it is stupid cold, when it is snowy, it's just fun. And quite frankly, you know, I spent a whole lot of money on a coat that I get to wear 3 days a year.
Exactly.
Well, although, the pro tip, because, if you're watching on YouTube, I am wearing my heated vest. Although,
Is it on?
Well, no, I'm charging the battery because I realized the Jimmy Eat World concert that's tonight is outdoors.
Dude, only a guy from Texas, South Texas, would have a heated vest. One that runs on batteries that is a heated vest. Now,
well, how do you think they run?
Why? I'm just saying, why in the world? You talk about you buy that for one time a year.
Yeah.
You'll never wear that in San Antonio.
No, but I've worn it. I wore it last year at Army Navy, and I'll wear it this year at Army Navy. And again, I was thinking ahead, like I was wearing it earlier. You were bitching about the cold. You know who wasn't? Me. Why? Because I had a heated vest on. You're like, oh, I got to go stand out. Let me go find some sun because it's cold in the shade.
Dude, I had to.
Exactly. My heated vest, I didn't have to. You haven't heard me complaining about being cold because I'm wearing a heated vest. And now I'm smart. I am charging the battery. So when we're at Jimmy Eat World later, I am not going to be bitching about being cold. You can have your scarf or muffler, whatever the hell you want to call it. I will have a heated vest and be just fine.
Well, the muffler's great, and it actually, when they shut the door, got a little warm in here. Well, I'll be honest with you, it really did. But this has been great. The gloves that I wear once a year, bring them out for this trip. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, and I guess we can handle it. These folks on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page talking about it's 73 degrees in San Antonio.
Yeah.
73.
Absolutely.
Man.
It's cold there.
That is cold, right?
And it was cold when we left this morning. I mean, we got two engineers from Philadelphia, although one decided for some reason to move to San Francisco. Again.
That's got to be like, complete opposite.
Well, no.
Philly, San Francisco, man, there's nothing. They have nothing in common with each other.
Well, and another radio show from San Diego is here, but again, here's a guy who is Philly through and through. We've known Justin for a long time, and he moved to San Francisco for one reason,
of course,
and it's that same reason that got Jerome Moore in trouble. It's the power that some have over. I mean, here's a guy who was like, "I love my city, but." Yes, dear.
Yes.
And off to San Francisco he moved.
It is powerful. That is for sure.
And again, Sharon Moore is out for.
Oh, gosh.
I mean, obviously, whenever he does his first interview, he's going to talk about how he regrets it and how he made a mistake. He's got a wife, he's got 3 kids, but that young assistant, I'd rather go to San Francisco than lose a job that pays over $5 million. But if Jerry was having a conversation with Sharon Moore, you know exactly what Jerry would say.
Stop it.
Exactly.
Well, look, and again, to his defense, how many men have gone down because of that power? It's a long list that will never, ever end. It will continue until the end of time. It's just the way that we're wired, and that is just like, okay.
Yeah, well,
it just lifts me every day.
I mean, that one's a little far-fetched, but I mean, you look at it, and again.
Well, I think she was kind of a hooker.
Well, no, she was an assistant who at one point got a 58% raise. She went from making $58,000 a year to $90,000.
Isn't that the definition of a hooker?
Well, no.
Yes.
I mean, she had other duties as assigned, and I don't know if that was one of them.
Well,
I mean, and I know we're joking about it. Look, there are some very serious aspects of this Sharon Moore story. He's in jail right now, although nobody is saying technically why. And until that is official, and again, some of the things that you're reading on the internet, although you look at it and go, well, who is this guy? Who is reporting this? Who is this? And I don't know what to make from all of them. But he is in jail for something. And, you can draw conclusions in a situation like this, what would land you in jail. But until we know, until it's officially reported in police or district attorneys press charges or whatever, just leave it with what we do know. And the reason why, and with cause. And I just hope for Michigan's stake that they've never had anybody else mess around with a a coworker and let that slide because, then Sharon Moore will have one hell of a lawsuit to get at least the money that's owed to him or was owed because he was fired for cause. But at the same time, just all of it. And the reports that Michigan knew about it for a long time, but they intentionally waited until after signing day. And if you're one of those players that signed, how betrayed does that make you feel? I've seen the likes of Tim Brando, who's been a long-time play-by-play guy, say he heard rumblings about this in September. Didn't say anything because until it's out there, he doesn't want to be a gossip guy. But, those kind of things, people start talking, but will it actually cost you your job? Well, after signing day, Michigan fired him, which I understand that aspect of it, Joe, but at the same time, if you thought you might fire him after signing day, that tells me they already have a coach in mind and maybe a deal in place, because otherwise you've missed on all the likely potential candidates.
But look, if it comes out that they knew about this and waited till after signing day, Michigan's going to have a lot to answer for. First of all, their AD needs to go as well. I mean, he needs to look. You got Harbaugh, you got Moore. I mean, it's a long list, and this guy's overseen it all. He needs to go as well. They need to clean house and start completely over. But if it comes out that they knew about this and they're just waiting till signing day, Michigan itself is going to have a lot to answer for, and there's going to be a big problem. I just don't. At this point in time, I haven't seen nothing official on that, and I just refuse to buy it at this point in time. And if it's the case, look, if you hire a coach, hire him. And if this recruiting class is gone and you suck next year, so be it. You got to have somebody to come in there and rebuild this thing. And I think they're going to take their time. I think they're going to find a big name head coach, unless they've already found him already, and try to get this program back on the right track. But this is something, and you're absolutely right. We can joke about it, and the jokes write themselves when it comes to this. The whole Coldplay thing comes to mind, right? The couple there, same thing. Those two people's lives just kind of went down the toilet because of the power of all of that. And look, it's sad. This dude he just had a baby.
He did.
He got a family of 3.
And again, everybody can check their moral compass and different kinds of things. And I see Tom on our YouTube page says, are they both adults? They are. And a consenting relationship. He's still a married man representing the University of Michigan, and they have a policy that says you cannot date coworkers. Managers, if somebody works for you, that is, everybody's been through some sort of weird HR training. We all hate those videos and we have to go watch them, right? All that's there, but when there is a policy that says you can't date a coworker, or if you're a coach, you can't date an administrator, or if you're in management, you can't date somebody that's not. Hell, we're at Army Navy Radio Row. You know how many rules there are about that in the military? And if that's the policy and it's a zero tolerance, and if you get caught, you get fired, that's the rule, that's the clause. And, she was good with it apparently until she wasn't. And now he's out of a job. Her socials, if the name being reported is all gone private. And then you realize her dad is a scout for the Chicago Bears. It's one of those. It's sad in so many different levels, but you quickly turn to, all right, well, who's going to be the next head coach of Michigan?
Well, that's exactly, because that's what we do. And who is it going to be? And if some of these rumors are actually true, like a Kalen DeBoer, can you imagine what's going to happen? They're talking about Cignetti from Indiana, who just signed a big contract. But there's no rules or regulations in college football anymore. There aren't.
No.
And it is the Wild West. People can just pick up and go wherever the hell they feel like going. And it's going to be interesting to see what Michigan does. But I want to see the next couple of days, because if it's out that Michigan knew this was going on and they waited, it's going to be bad. Now, look.
They had to investigate.
Oh, please.
They had to investigate. And that's what they're going to say. Once they got rumors, they started investigating, and boy, signing day happened, and then the investigation was complete. And again, there's so many other aspects of the story that are all over the internet, and I don't know what to believe. I don't know what is accurate, so I don't really want to dive into some of those, but that does add up to if they knew and when they fired him and everything going on there. Real quick on our YouTube, somebody says it's okay for Belichick. Belichick's girlfriend, they were already dating when they went to North Carolina.
I don't think she works for North Carolina, does she?
She works for Bill. But I do think, though, they entered that agreement with that in place. There are people out there, there are married couples, and I don't know how they do it, but there are married couples that run businesses together. There are married couples that can work together. But in this case, Jerome Moore has a wife, and he's got 3 kids.
Well, look, I mean, we can throw rocks at that dude all we want to.
Yeah.
That's happened since the beginning of time. It will continue on. The players, somebody was asking about a class action lawsuit. No, that's not going to happen, most likely. Those players, though, will be free to leave.
Yep.
I mean, any letter of intent they signed is null and void at this point in time. And if they don't leave now, they will have another opportunity to leave once Michigan hires another coach. If they don't like the coach that's hired and they want to leave, they're free to do that. So there are rules in place for things such as these that they can leave, and anything that they signed last week, a couple weeks ago, is null and void at this point in time. And if they choose to leave, they're not going to be held to that letter of intent, and that's how that works. So they can go. It's going to be interesting to watch, though, over the next couple of weeks, what happens and how it happens and who knew what and who's hired. Well, will it be I just can't believe a guy like DeBoer would leave Alabama to go to Michigan.
Well, and again, right now there's so much speculation, and every coach is going to lie when asked about the Michigan job if they currently have a job. Whether it's Matt Campbell, who's probably still living in a hotel in State College, just got to Penn State. We've heard his name, Kalen DeBoer's name, Dion's name. I mean, there are so many names out there, and it is Michigan, and that is a huge brand and a big job.
So is Alabama.
So is Alabama. But again, if the money is better, I mean, Kalen DeBoer thought he was going to get run out of town after they lost to Florida State. But every coach lives in that kind of a pressure cooker. So it will be interesting to see when they hire a coach, if they get away from the Jim Harbaugh tree completely. Hell, we're in Baltimore. I heard John Harbaugh's name mentioned because, he's kind of on the hot seat here in Baltimore.
Absolutely he is, as he should be. Right? I mean, he should be on the hot seat. We'll see what happens with this thing, and obviously a lot more to talk about. If you want to talk about it, you're more than welcome to do so. Go to our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. You can like and subscribe to said page when you get there. You can also hit Minix up at Jason Minix on Twitter. I'm at Joe Reinagle 210. You can also do it the old-fashioned way. You want to give us a call? Please do so, 210-656-3776, 656-ESPN. When we come back, let's brighten up the mood a little bit. The San Antonio Spurs, my goodness, they're on a roll. What a win last night in L.A. They're off to play the OKC Thunder Saturday in Vegas. A Thunder team, by the way, that is a monster.
24-1.
And Wemby could very well be back. We're talking about it. We continue live from Baltimore. Army-Navy weekend. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to USASportsStar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Tickets. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an audience national contest across multiple markets. The 50K Pro Football Giveaway. Register and win at SASportsStar.com.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quill, the #1 business phone system. Quill works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free.
Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together, like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
San Antonio, the holidays are here, and so are the perfect gifts. The Dallas Cowboys Pro Shop has everything you need to shop for everyone on your list. Jerseys, hats, hoodies, jackets, and more, all ready to wrap and put under the tree. Find them at any of their 4 locations: River Center, North Star Mall, Ingram Park Mall, and Hebner Oak Shopping Center. They're open 7 days a week. Holiday shopping made easy. Only at the Dallas Cowboys Pro Shop.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
America's Diamond has never sold lab-grown diamonds, and we warned our clients, friends, and neighbors that wholesale prices would crash to almost nothing. 2-carat GVS2 lab-grown diamonds are currently being traded at wholesale for $264, but some jewelers are still selling them online for $3,000 to $4,000. Repeat, wholesale $264, retail $3,000 to $4,000. Some retailers are selling 1-carat lab-grown diamonds for under $300, and others are giving them away for free with purchase. Lab-grown diamonds are very easy to detect with gemological equipment. Tens of millions of carats are produced in huge factories in China and India, using a tremendous amount of subsidized electricity supplied by coal-burning power plants. America's Diamond has only offered traditional, real, natural earth-grown diamonds that are rare, extremely beautiful, and have had real value for centuries. See our television program tonight on ABC KSAT 12 at 12:35 a.m. or right now at americasdiamond.com.
Protect your home and auto with a bundle from Progressive so you can stop worrying about them and invent new things to worry about, like snakes in the bedroom. I'm sure that sounds incredibly irrational, but mentioned it, you are a little worried. The odds of one snake, let alone snakes plural, are so slim. But you might want to guess you'll just have to sit there and worry about it. So let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurance.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-$300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code POWER to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime with your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code POWER for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code POWER for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want to boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Turn things all the way up and find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy.
From a fender bender to a total loss, Davis Law Firm has a team of expert attorneys ready to get you back on the road with the verdict or settlement you deserve. Y hablamos español. Want more? Call the Fours. Davis Law Firm, San Antonio, 444-4444.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday morning, December 20th at 11, the Aggies host the Miami Hurricanes, presented by Just Pots. Pregame at 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
We're live in Baltimore. It is Army-Navy weekend, presented by our friends at USAA. I'm Joe Reiniger. He's Jason Minix. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. And how about those Spurs?
Hey, Spurs. Now, admittedly, I had a 3 a.m. wake-up call today to catch the flight here to the Army-Navy game. And so I fell asleep at halftime of that wonderful halftime show. Or I don't remember seeing any of the second half. I do remember seeing the LeBron dunk.
Yeah.
Which was
he was a real ass, though.
Oh, come on.
Come on.
Dude, even if LeBron, he's going to celebrate. Yeah. I mean, he made a poster in time that he didn't think he could make posters anymore.
But you don't got to yell in the dude's face for 5 minutes.
Well, it was it was LeBron, and it was a hell of a dunk. What I appreciated was the way the Spurs responded to the dunk. That could have been the momentum changer for the Lakers. It wasn't. Spurs go on, they get the win, they play extremely well, and they move on to Las Vegas. Congratulations, boys. You get Oklahoma City. They're 24-1. What kind of prize is that?
Good news is that's certainly not good news, but the good news is Wemby, it looks like he could be coming back and back for that game. And the question is, do you want him back for that game?
I want him back as soon as possible. He wants to be back as soon as possible. What's weird is they're going to get Oklahoma City now 5 times, and all 5, as Jeff McDonald from the Express News tweeted, do count towards playoffs, which isn't good. But as Mitch Johnson said last night, it is possible we could see Wemby Saturday night in Vegas.
Very much so. He had a really good day today. He had a very intense day this morning, and we'll have to see how he responds and reacts tomorrow.
And obviously, he was talking about yesterday. He had a good practice. How does he feel today? That's going to be the question. We'll hear a little bit more about that. Spurs still have a couple more days off before they play again. They don't play OKC until Saturday. So we'll see. We'll see how he is, how he recovered, and where we go from here.
Now, the ESPN Cup game Saturday night will be on ESPN San Antonio AM 1250 and 94.5 FM. The finals will be on 94.1 Tuesday night. Hopefully, the Spurs are in at that, but that would mean they got to win over Oklahoma City. And the fact is, Spurs have played great without Wemby. Mitch even talked about the fact that this team has gone 9-3 without Vic.
I think Victor would tell you we have a team, we have a deep team, and we rely upon playing together as a team. And he may be the biggest puzzle piece, but he needs everybody else to complete the puzzle.
There you go. They got to have back the best player, and they're going to have to figure it out. They're playing well. They're the young stars are playing really well and really seem to be getting it and taking over. When Wemby comes back, it's up to Mitch Johnson now to adjust and figure out how he's going to fit all of these in without stopping any momentum that they've had while Wemby was out.
I can't imagine that adding him in is going to be a negative. Now, granted, is something that's going to be getting a high volume of shots that will go down because Wemby is the number 1 option and the number 2 option. But I just can't wait to see him on the floor with De'Aaron Fox for extended periods of time with the true point guard. And when it's Fox and it's Harper and it's Wemby, what that's going to be like. I mean, there's times when him and Cornette are on the floor at the same time. I mean, I just can't. This team is playing so much better than we thought they would anyway. But how well they have played without Vic is incredible. This is a hell of a basketball team.
It's fantastic, and it's young. They're full of energy. They got a lot going on in that respect. Somebody compared to the early 2000 Spurs when they had the youth that came in with Manu Ginobili and Tony Parker and even Tim Duncan at that point in time. So I can see the comparisons. Wemby needs to get on the floor, stay on the floor, and get so Mitch can have an opportunity to see how this team is going to gel with him on the floor. But I think take. It may take a game or two to figure out because Wimby's been the man.
Sure.
They're going to him. Now, you've got a lot of guys that can be the man. We saw Steph Castle last night. He was the man. De'Aaron Fox has taken over the game and has been that guy. And so I think you're going to have to figure it out how to divvy up the pie, if you will. And it may not be as easy as you think.
Well, you think about the fact that the Spurs have made it to the semifinals. They get Oklahoma City, and they all get some money for this. I think they're up to $100,000 each. Drawing Oklahoma City, and that's part of it. But actually, I want to see how they stack up. Oklahoma City is like Golden State like there at 24-1. It almost. I mean, what do you do, right?
I want to check this out. Somebody on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page says OKC's a 10.5-point favorite on Saturday night. I'm going to check that and see what I've got. But, that's a huge number.
Well,
that's the case.
Last night, because what's impressive about Oklahoma City is just how good defensively they are and how unselfish they are. They're getting it done. So Saturday afternoon is going to be one of those two TV kind of days because you've got the Army game in the afternoon, which should be on the main TV, and then of course you keep up the Spurs, especially if Oklahoma City's doing what Oklahoma City typically does. We are in Baltimore MD, presented by USAA, and our good buddy Christian Bowe is joining us to brag a little. Christian Bowe in the last 20 minutes has been escorting Miss America to a variety of events. Man, you doing okay?
I have an assignment. What can I say?
Work.
It is, it's a tough gig, but someone's got to do it.
you volunteer happily, right?
It was the short straw,
So
what is Miss America like?
She's everything you think. Everywhere we're walking, I was showing her through Rendezvous Point, which we can talk about in a little bit. But heads are turning. It. She draws the attention.
That was pretty,
no doubt. Yeah, surprised.
Now, Christian, when we come here, it's amazing, and I know you guys work hard on this event all year long. You got to start working almost immediately after this game is over and this weekend's over. But when we get here, you guys, it looks like a well-oiled machine. I mean, it really does. Everything just goes bam, 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 bam. It falls into place. I guess if you've been doing it a while, you just kind of know what pieces go where.
Yeah, well, thank you for that, Joe. We appreciate it, and that's what we strive for. Is that y'all can't see everything going on behind the scenes, but you nailed it. Literally, about 10+ months of planning goes into everything we put on around the Army-Navy game. We like to call it our Super Bowl because this is what USA is all about. Obviously founded by the military over 100 years ago for the military. So what better platform than America's game than Army-Navy game? So yeah, each year we try to raise the bar a little bit, and with that comes its challenges because the bar keeps going higher and higher, and we have to keep getting higher. Keep doing a better job of raising that bar. And so hopefully we've got a lot of surprises in store this week. Y'all already seeing some of them with this Rendezvous Point.
Yep.
Big free 2-day fan fest for the city of Baltimore. We've got musical acts. We've got, like I said, a meet and greet with Miss America. We've got the athletic directors coming through. So everything even bigger and better than y'all have seen in previous years with Media Row just keeps growing.
Knowing what it was like when this thing first started many years ago, 2009, for so many years, it was Philadelphia, go to DC. Philadelphia, Baltimore, Philadelphia. The rotation now, the blueprint has to change in every city. That's going to add a whole lot of that, Bill, to your planning, doesn't it?
Absolutely. So the first time in history that, for this last 5-year stretch and going over the next 2 years, it's a different city every single year. With it, like you said, it's its own challenges, but I love it because it also breeds creativity. It's kind of easy when you're in the same city year after year, like, okay, well, we've done this. It's a copy and paste, which, we still try to improve every single year. But now when we're in a different city, whether it's Boston 2 years ago, nation's capital last year, Baltimore this year, New York next year, then back in Philly, like you said, it's reinventing, doing something new every single year, trying to figure out what works in that city. That's where, when we got here to Baltimore, for those unfamiliar with it, there's the Inner Harbor, which is really the heart of the city. All the hotels are down here, just, a walk from the stadium, a walk from Media Row. So this is really the perfect city to launch Rendezvous Point. We know Army-Navy fans get into town early. They're looking for something to do. We always want to give back to the local community, so that's where we launched this free 2-day fan fest for something for Army-Navy fans to do, but the whole community of Baltimore to come down, all free of charge, fun for the entire family.
Well, it's really cool because Minix and I went in and did some of those things today. We had the football toss and the simulators, and there's even a car where you can drive impaired or distracted. We both drove to work impaired. I got arrested on but it's a lot of fun, and I try to describe this, Christian, because I didn't know either. Because I hadn't been here. This is my fourth Army-Navy weekend now, and so I understand it now. But you try to describe it to somebody that's never been. The patriotism, the country. I mean, it's just the military. You celebrate all of that. It really is. I mean, you just feel like we're America when you leave this place.
Absolutely. You talk about bucket list items. Well, Army-Navy game is the bucket list item.
Yeah.
And you can talk about it, Jason, where you've been here from the beginning of Media Row, of what we've done as the presenting sponsor of literally bringing out one station. Jason was the first one out here, and now growing to more than 24 from media outlets from all across the country. And that's really our goal as a presenting sponsor, is to bring America's game to America, to let them see what this is all about. The pageantry is unmatched. You've got March on, you've got seeing second tradition after the game. You can describe it all day, but until you're there seeing it with your own eyes, I mean, it really is life-changing. And just to be so blessed to be part of this game going on 9-10 years, myself personally, Jason, I know you've been a part of it even longer than that. But each year, it never ceases to amaze me. I mean, I literally get chills being there and even just talking about the game. It's amazing opportunity.
Christian from USA joining us here on the Blitz, here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star in Baltimore for Army Radio Row. And every year, our socials will, everybody says they're putting it on their bucket list, and they need to experience it. What you guys are doing here with this rendezvous point, and I'm guessing because I know you booked the band for tonight. There's a country band tomorrow night, but we've got a dinner, so that's why you put country on Friday night. Is that accurate? Yes.
Jimmy Eat World is a great band. They're playing tonight, free concert for the city of Baltimore. Just coincidentally, I happened to see them a few months ago opening for Offspring. So yes, they are a favorite of mine. But no, it's just looking for a great band that's a great fit. Obviously family friendly, but a good time. And then tomorrow night with Brett Young, both awesome acts, and really proud to be part of this rendezvous point. So really excited about that, and hopefully the city of Baltimore is as well.
Well, and that's just spectacular. You guys have made this thing an event. I mean, we're all talking about the game on Saturday, which is an event in itself, but the whole weekend it's a celebration. I mean, it starts today and continues through Saturday.
And actually, we started it even a little bit earlier. Yesterday, we did a big event here in the Inner Harbor with RG3, a friend of the station I know, a Heisman winner, did some time here with the Baltimore Ravens. But we worked with RG3 to give 2 vehicles away to 2 deserving veteran families, one Army, one Navy. And it's something that we started doing a few years ago at Army-Navy game, just again, to elevate it, to give back to the community, because this is what it's all about, is giving back to the military community.
When I think about where this game was and when USAA took over the sponsorship, I think one of the best decisions made, whoever made it way back then, was moving the game off of the last, what was championship Saturday, to the standalone Saturday, second Saturday in December. And I know there's some other bowl games there now, but the exposure that the Army-Navy game is getting on that Saturday has just been incredible from a rating standpoint, whether you're watching it on CBS or if you're listening to it Saturday, you're on 94.1, because we will have it Saturday afternoon on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Just the spotlight has just been incredible. Whoever had that idea, brilliant.
And the importance of that can't be overstated. You're absolutely right. And that really is something that's so important to USAA, because we know college football fans love football. They're going to watch whatever football's on. And so the fact that it's the only game on Saturday afternoon is great. Obviously with playoffs and all that stuff, it continues to get a little bit more crowded. Like you mentioned, there's a bowl game later that evening. But Saturday afternoon, if you want to watch football, guess what? It's America's game, and you're in for a heck of a game. And not even talking about just the football on the field. It'll be run, it'll be options, this and that. We've had some exciting games over the last few years. The first overtime just a couple of years ago. But it's about more than just the football. It's about what these men represent. Obviously they're at each other's throat. They hate each other for those minutes on the field. but then they're arm in arm afterwards. They know they're going to be serving, protecting our country, being the future leaders of America.
Do you ever get concerned, though? Because, look, Navy was really good this year, and there was an opportunity for them to win the conference, to get into the playoffs, perhaps. Do you watch that? Would this ever change? I guess my question, even if something like that happened.
I don't ever see it changing. In fact, I heard a great story last year where Army was in a similar position. They actually went on to play and win the conference championship. And some people were talking, are you going to sit some of your starters for the Army-Navy game to get ready? They said, are you kidding? No. We would sit them in the Army-Navy game. We're not benching any of our players. We're not sitting them. That's how important this game is to the cadets, to the mids, and to the fans.
And I forget what all the contractual deals are, but there's something in the contract. Nothing is going to change from this game, even when they both join the same conference, and it's a non-conference game, even though it's two teams from the American and all that, because this game is that important. And what's crazy, and I know Navy is going to win, they will take second. But even when Navy had won 17 straight, some of those games were close. Army they both have, some rough years, but in this game, it doesn't matter. It's like the Cowboys beating the Redskins in '89. That one win is all that mattered. I mean, it's that kind of a rivalry, which makes it so much fun.
And absolutely. And people like to knock the football, but speaking to the quality of football, like we said, Army coming off conference championship last year, Navy could very easily have been playing in that conference championship this past weekend, except for a few ranking differences, with how competitive the American Conference was. So we're talking about two quality football teams. But you can't rely on their how they did that season, because look what happened last year. Army was favored to win, and they ended up losing this year. I tend to agree with you. I think Navy's going to take it, but you never know now.
And Joe, you'll never forget this. I mean, that kid,
oh my God,
the way he was crying, you would have thought he got shot.
Yeah.
And we were right there. And I mean, the pain was real. You can't fake that. It was.
He fumbled right at the goal line, I think, and that in overtime, and that was the difference in the game at that time.
Oh my goodness,
he was just devastated.
It's heartbreaking. Yeah. Their whole season comes down to this one game. Really, it does.
Forever and ever. No, from a San Antonio perspective, for Navy, Giuseppe Sessi, starting safety, went to Reagan. Jackson Gutierrez is a Jay grad. Coach Gutierrez, the head coach of Jay, his son, and both got a ton of playing time. And that's what's cool. Both are well represented by Alamo City athletes. I know Max DiDomenico is probably going to be by here a little bit later this afternoon at West Point type. It's just cool. It's just fun seeing the San Antonio guys that are in this game year in and year out.
Absolutely. Military City USA is definitely represented.
No doubt about it. Looking forward to the weekend. It's already been a lot of fun, and we just got here. Absolutely. And so I can't wait for tonight, tomorrow, and then, of course, the game is the cherry on top on Saturday.
Christian Boa from USAA slumming it with us in between. Making sure Miss America gets the point.
Someone's got to do it, like I said. Thank you guys for having me on. We're excited about this week for sure.
Appreciate you. Chris,
thank you. I tell you what, it is fun, man. It really is fun. And these guys do a tremendous job of making it look like it's no effort at all when we all know better. Yeah. They work their tails off all year long to get this thing done. Let's take a break because we got some important stories to talk about. Stories like a skydiver getting his parachute caught in a plane.
That would suck.
It would kind of suck. This guy, no panic in him, though. Kobe Bryant made somebody really rich. And Troy has been wrong on his opinion of the NIL. We're talking about that a lot more. We continue live from Baltimore. You're on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Stock.
Taking you home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6. KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at sasportstar.com.
Last year, we bought over 54,000 cars from your friends and neighbors at GiveMeTheVin.com. Why did they sell us their cars? It's because you're worth more and your car's worth more. I know that, and you know that. That's why I created GiveMeTheVin.com. It's the fastest and easiest way for you to sell your car for more money when it's time to sell. I'm sitting here waiting on the other end of GiveMeTheVin.com.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Hi there, I'm John O'Hurley. You know, our pets are beloved family members, but sadly, though, there are so many dogs that get euthanized every day due to the lack of funding. To give them a chance at adoption, I invite you to support the Puppy Food Bank. Thanks to generous donors like you, all of the food sent to pet shelters from Puppy Food Bank never comes with a bill. So please go to puppyfoodbank.org and make a generous, caring $15 donation every month. Your donation will absolutely save pet lives.
Hey, nice job, Pete. I like those clean lines. Fellas, do we have anyone that can get the green port?
At Corey's Landscaping, the staffing plan is in the weeds.
Anthony, we need that leaf blower over here. 3 more new customer requests just came in. Who wants to work some overtime?
He needs to dig up quality landscapers and fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
By texting 24700, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from J.Crew Factory. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at jcrew.com.
At J.Crew Factory, we think shopping should be fun, really fun, as in scoring our exclusive collection of classic styles for the whole family at prices that can't be beat. And today, save even more. Just text GIFTING to 24700 to receive an extra $25 off your purchase of $75 or more at your nearest J.Crew Factory store. This holiday season, discover perfect presents for you and your crew. Shop cozy matching pajamas, toasty sweaters, amazing outerwear, festive accessories, and so much more. Get in the spirit at J.Crew Factory, where we have incredible deals every single day. Visit jcrewfactory.com to find your nearest San Antonio area store today. But first, get an extra $25 off your purchase of $75 or more when you text GIFTING to 24700. Text GIFTING to 24700 to get your $25 off coupon. That's GIFTING to 24700. See a store associate for details.
Discover the newest place to play at Top Golf New Braunfels, now open at 427 Creekside Way in the New Braunfels Town Center. This no golf knowledge needed experience is for everyone and is all about bringing more play and more fun. Top Golf New Braunfels features new games, new food and drink, a 9-hole mini golf course, and half-off gameplay Monday through Thursday. Take a swing with Top Golf's exclusive golf club, The Sure Thing, designed to make golf less hard for beginners or those whose game just isn't that great. Come play around at Top Golf New Braunfels.
With Steel, batteries are included. This holiday season, give a gift that's ready to go right out of the box. For everything from cleaning up the yard to cutting up firewood, Steel tools check off the wish list and knock out the to-do list. And right now, buy select battery tool sets and get a free extra battery. Visit SteelUSA.com for holiday deals and gift ideas. Happy holidays from Steel. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Cowboys wide receiver CeeDee Lamb back at practice for the second straight day today. Makes it seem like he will play Sunday night against Minnesota. Of course, Lamb suffered a concussion last Thursday in Detroit. Pittsburgh Steelers star T.J. Watt was sent to a local hospital after experiencing lung discomfort at the team's facility yesterday. Watt's status for Week 15 against the Miami Dolphins right now is in question.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagle.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minutes.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Baltimore, why, you ask? Well, great reason. It is Army-Navy weekend presented by USAA, and we are happy to be here. Got here this morning, doing the show here today and tomorrow, and then, of course, the big game on Saturday over where the Ravens play. I'm Joe Reinagle. He's Jason Minix, and if you weren't here for Christian Bove a few minutes ago, I was going to call him on it, Jason.
What's that?
He said RG3 did time here in Baltimore.
He did.
He said that.
He did.
And I said, well, of course, you play here in Baltimore. It is like doing time.
Oh, he did. He did. You know, you did time at Ken's TV. You did time at KGNB.
I'm just saying.
You know, you're doing time now at 94.1.
I'm doing that to you. Well, if this is doing time, my friend, sign me up because I'm having a great time here in Baltimore. It's been a day, I'll tell you that. It has been a day for us, but man, you know, the payoff and the cherry on top is pretty good. And you kind of get that that adrenaline flowing once you get here and once the show starts and what's happening tonight. And let's go.
Oh, absolutely. And again, you think about like our day. It started early because of a 5:45 a.m. flight, but then you hear stories that other people have dealt with, like our friends from San Diego. They were trying to do one of those red-eye flights from San Diego to Baltimore with a connection in Salt Lake City. Somehow the producer made it, but the host did not. I don't know how that works.
Well, that's a problem, but it's a problem for the host.
Yeah.
The producer's going to have a great time.
Yeah, and he went back to San Diego.
Well, there you go. Now that's a long trip. Look, for us, it's about a 3-hour flight from San Antonio, but for those guys, I mean, that's all the way across the country.
It is.
That's a long way to go.
It is.
But that's the way it is. So the producer drew the lucky straw, I guess.
I think it worked out well for him.
I think it did too.
Because the host had to spend the night in Salt Lake City and then go home.
Oh, that sucks.
You can't get here in time.
I've spent many nights in Salt Lake City. If you're looking for fun, that's not the city to be in.
They got a great bar in downtown Salt Lake City called the Beer Hive
with about 3% beer. Dude, you got to drink about 25 of them to feel a buzz.
Well, and you can't get a beer and a shot at the same time there.
Exactly.
It's one of those weird rules, but they have this ice strip along the bar.
Mm-hmm.
And so when somebody orders a beer, they tap on the bar, everybody raises their glass and they slide it down and you have to catch it. It's hokey, but it's kind of cool. That's the entertainment level of Salt Lake City.
That's about it.
And strip clubs that keep you 14 feet away.
And have chicken wire up.
Yeah.
So that's, you can't, I guess, I don't know what they think we're going to do, but yeah.
Stop, Pledge.
Dude, I have nightmares of Tyrone Corbin.
I don't,
Sicker than train smoke. Don't laugh, Jim.
That's accurate.
Do the headline blitz.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. Two guys, two opinions, never enough time.
So, Joe, have you ever jumped out of a perfectly good airplane?
I have not.
Would you ever go skydiving?
No, I really have no desire to do that.
That's not on your bucket list?
No, it's not.
Mine either. Now, I mean, nope. I've got no desire. My kid, for graduating high school, that's what she wanted to do, was to go skydiving. She did. And then when she graduated college, she went skydiving and survived. Keeps telling me I need to go. I've got no desire to go skydiving. And there's some video on the internet that will make you for sure never want to go skydiving, because a dude jumped out of the airplane for whatever reason, opened his not the main chute. The reserve was somehow opening
just
as
like
he
a
was
bubble
jumping,
or something.
right? Well, whatever, it got hung up on the plane. He was stuck to the wing.
Dude had to cut the wires of that and then free fall, and then the main parachute came out. He was fine, but yeah, that had to be scary as hell. You're just dangling on an airplane like that. I mean, the only guy that likes doing that is Tom Cruise.
True, but the idea. One, you jump and you're not falling, right? You're stuck. And for whatever reason, the reserve chute opened as he was jumping, which makes me wonder about the way that whole parachute was packed, right? And now you're cutting wires. You're cutting the ropes or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Well, what happens if you cut the wrong one?
Well,
I mean,
dude, I don't know. You just got to enjoy the view as you fall to your demise.
I mean,
but this guy he just calm, like nothing happened.
Well, he couldn't have been a rookie
every day.
Yeah, no. I mean, that video is. I hope to God that's not some AI video and fake, because that scared the hell out of me. Just watching it, but your heart starts to race.
I don't think it is, because I've seen it other places, and I think this was really happening. Like, stuff like that happens all the time. I think for the most part, it's a pretty safe thing to do.
Sure,
but I'm not a big fan of heights to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
And just free falling out of an airplane, I'm just not sure that that's something I'll ever do.
What I was more curious about in that video is there's a guy who got his parachute stuck on the wing, and yet other guys are still jumping out of the plane to finish their jumps, because there is a timing method. You either jump now or you don't, right? But if I see the guy in front of me get stuck, I think I'm going to stay in the plane. I don't know that I would continue my jump.
Dude, I've seen the video, and I believe it's legit. Dude jumps out of an airplane without a parachute, and then the other people that jump before him have to come to him and find him and put a parachute on him. And I'm wondering, what the hell kind of crazy do you have to be to do something like that?
Well, Red Bull gives you wings. It's that level of crazy.
Dude,
people that do that.
I'm telling you, man, that's just nuts. I mean, he just dives out of the plane, nothing on his back, and he's just having a great time. And they all somehow just make their way to him and strap a parachute on his back, and everything turns out good.
Yeah.
I won't be doing that.
Not for me.
No, that's not happening.
If you're a card collector type, an autographed Upper Deck Kobe Bryant card went for $1.22 million at auction.
I believe it.
I do too.
I believe it. Hey, it's Kobe. Kobe's the man.
He is. And Kobe is the man. And I watched some of the 30 for 30 on Stuart Scott last night.
Yeah.
That is so well done.
Is that right? I haven't seen it yet.
It was so well done. Man, you missed that dude. And maybe you don't realize how much until you watch that and what he meant to SportsCenter and to ESPN and so many reporters today. If you remember, after Michael Jordan's last championship game, about 8 or 9 days after that, he was playing in an exhibition game up at Strahan Coliseum in San Marcos with a whole bunch of other dudes, including Stuart Scott, who was there, which is the only time I ever met him and interviewed him, had him on the show. We were supposed to interview Michael Jordan, and Stuart helped me. He was like, Jordan's going this way. Go stand over there, and you'll be able to get him. And I did, and Stuart was there. Oh, Michael Jordan never showed up. He took a different back way out, and an elevator, a helicopter was waiting for Michael Jordan to take him over to Austin, where they were all staying. And Stuart Scott was like, but I was riding with him. He's flying and I'm driving. What's wrong with this picture?
Well, as good as Stuart Scott was, he wasn't Michael Jordan.
No.
He was one of those guys that had his own niche, that came up with the sayings that he came up with and entertained us. He was fantastic. The guy was fantastic. And it's unfortunate that he's no longer with us. That's for sure.
Yeah. So we had a story yesterday, about Troy Aikman being a little miffed that he donated a lot of money, his words, a sizable check to a particular player at UCLA. And he'll never do that again. Said he didn't get as much as a thank you from the player who stayed 1 year and then bolted. And turns out there's a good reason for that. UCLA apparently has a policy that players never know who donates the money. It's coming from a collective. They don't know the individual donor. So that dude never knew that Troy Aikman actually wrote that check for him to get there. UCLA says Troy Aikman was properly thanked by the collective, by the head football coach, and by the athletic director, but the player never knew that Troy Aikman wrote that check. Apparently, none of those players knew who was actually writing the check.
Well, I bet you Troy still doesn't donate any more money to UCLA. And I get that. If that's the rule, that's the rule, but so be it. One more thing, Jason. We got the concessions here for Saturday.
Uh-huh.
And they're going to be pretty good. How about some burnt-in tank taco or nachos? Crab Destroyer nachos. Humvee carriers.
Okay.
I don't know what those are.
What is that? Okay.
But they're all going to be here at the Army-Navy game this weekend. And they just come in it looks like a little – the packaging is what's cool about it. Because even if you get like chicken strips, they come in a ship.
Yeah. Well, and again, I mean, it is Army-Navy game. The tank nachos, actually, it's a box that looks like an M1 Abrams tank, and the Humvee is pretty obvious with your chicken strip. Retweet that at Joe Reinagle 210 so the people can see it, because creative concessions are a big part of going to any big game, and the Boda nachos there actually looks pretty good.
That looks damn good,
doesn't
it?
Although we're from Texas, I'm a little worried about burnt ends from Baltimore.
Well, I don't know. How's the barbecue game here in Baltimore?
Well, I don't know. I I have my opinions, but I have to give it a try. But Baltimore is known for blue crab, not barbecue.
Well, we need to ask RG3 because, well, he did some time here in Baltimore.
He did.
He did a little time here.
Mm-hmm. Burnt and nachos.
Interesting. That sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds really good.
Yep.
All right. Hey,
Crazy.
we were deep into talking about the San Antonio Spurs' big win last night, and our good friend Christian Bove showed up, so we kind of cut that short. Let's bring that back up.
Yeah.
I think it's worth it to do that. You want to talk some Spurs? It's easy to do. Go to our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. You can like, subscribe, and comment there if you would. You can get Minix on Twitter at Jason Minix, me at Joe Reinigle 210, or you can give us a call. 210-656-3776, 656 ESPN. We're live in Baltimore. It is Army-Navy weekend, and this is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
And hopefully you were watching Spurs and Lakers last night, playing along on Underdog, and made a little bit of money, because you can do that. Make all your picks and win money right now at Texas at Underdog, and it's easy to do. Fun as well. You just have to pick whether your favorite players are going to go higher or lower on stats like points, rebounds, steals, and more. If Wemby is back on Saturday, I always look for Wemby and his block number, and generally will go higher there. Get all your picks right. You could win up to 5,000 times your cash. So download the Underdog app. Use promo code STAR to score $75 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code STAR at Underdog. Make picks, win money.
Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and AARP Texas are sending Cowboy fans to Jerry World to see America's team play all season long. How do you get in on the action? Head to sasportstar.com now and register to win. sasportstar.com. Live it up with the boys in the Big D from AARP Texas and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
The Gomez Law Firm is proud to be San Antonio's trusted personal injury law firm for the past 50 years. We have Jose with the Gomez Law Firm here with us. Your firm has been fighting for the people of San Antonio since 1973. That's incredible.
There are not a lot of businesses that stick around for even 50 years, let alone personal injury law firms.
If you have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, then turn to the law firm that will fight for you. Visit joegomezlaw.com.
And remember, Gomez Law fights.
Pork rinds are the crunch time hero of the snack aisle. Low carb, college impact, and high in protein, so you can keep the energy high without the guilt. The porkrinds.com Instagram will make a crunch time donation with each share of the Crunch Time Hero college football post, with each share equaling a $1 donation to the Archer Foundation, a nonprofit dedicated to helping families dealing with DIPG, DMG, pediatric brain cancer. Share on Instagram today and grab yourself a bag of Southern Recipe pork rinds at HEB.
Flight by Yuengling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yuengling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yuengling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yuengling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war among the major term life companies. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past 2 years. For example, a man age 45 non-tobacco user, $1 million of coverage is only $75 per month, level for the next 10 years. Or a man age 50 non-tobacco user can buy $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of only $110, guaranteed not to change for the next 20 years. That's right, level rates for 20 years. And if you're a smoker, we have great rates for you as well. At the Term Lifeline, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. So if you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call right now for a free quote.
800-676-1090. 800-676-1090. 800-676-1090. That's 800-676-1090. Rates and availability may vary by state. Sample rate quotes are based on preferred non-tobacco underwriting exam required to qualify.
Paid for by Airtime Media.
Hey, I'm Steffi. You may know me from your social feed. I go big for the holidays, so I'm going to Famous Footwear because the best gifts are giving famous. My friends and family are going to love all these styles from Nike, Adidas, Crocs, New Balance, Skechers, and more. With over 800 stores, you're never far from the perfect gift. So make your list and make it famous. Come in today for buy one pair, get one half off at your local Famous Footwear or famous.com. Some exclusions apply.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS like Joe?
I started a woodworking business. I was able to build beautiful furniture, but had no handle on the business side of things, so quickly fell behind in my taxes. 1 year of being behind in taxes quickly turned into 5 years. I ended up owing almost $37,000.
Then Joe found tax relief advocates.
I would hear ads for tax relief advocates. One day it just clicked. This is my exact situation that I'm in. So I wrote down the number and called from the car when I got home that day. TRA saved me 99% of what I owed the IRS, and that brought a huge sense of relief.
If you owe 10 or even hundreds of thousands of dollars to the IRS, don't lose hope. Do what Joe did and call TRA for a consultation.
I'm really happy that I made that call, and I finally felt like I could breathe again.
Visit TRA.com or call 800-484-4743. 800-484-4743. That's 800-484-4743.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
Listen to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star on your Amazon or Google smart speaker and just say, Alexa, play 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's always a good idea, Alexa. Play San Antonio Sports Star. It's a good idea for everybody to say that 1 or 2 or 3 times during the day for sure, especially when we're out here in Baltimore for Army-Navy weekend doing the show live. It is fantastic. It's cold as hell outside.
It is.
But, we're
inside.
And a little cold and still bundled up. So that shows we are Texans, folks. Yes, but I don't like the cold weather. That's for sure. By the way, Annie Agar is going to join us, scheduled to join us here at the bottom of the hour. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah, 10 minutes or so. Before we get into the Spurs, Joe, we were talking about the barbecue here in Baltimore, and a friend of mine, Bill Harrison, who has seemingly more restaurant recommendations across the country than I do. Typically, if we're going to L.A., because that's where Bill is from, he gives us all kinds of recommendations that have always been A+. Well, he says Baltimore is known for their pit beef barbecue.
Pit beef.
What the hell does that mean?
Is that a brisket?
Well, no. According to Google, how is pit beef barbecue different from Texas barbecue? Baltimore pit beef barbecue is heated directly in an open pit, meaning the meat is exposed to and can absorb more smoky flavors. Makes each cut of pit beef more complex and unique when compared to Texas barbecue. And they're known for their pit beef sandwiches, which is thinly sliced roast beef cooked over charcoal, typically served on a Kaiser roll with onions and horseradish sauce, originated as an affordable meal for industrial workers.
I mean, it doesn't sound bad.
It doesn't sound bad at all, and it almost sounds like the, Pimente Brothers sandwiches in Pittsburgh. Which, same.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, when you travel around. So, I mean,
getting the thumbs up over there.
Tell me what their burn-in nachos are going to be like at a stadium, though.
Well, I think we're going to have to try them.
Pit beef. You're not going outside in the cold where the concession stands are.
We owe it to the listeners to try the burn-in nachos.
You say that now, you're going to say, well, they've got crab cakes in the press box. I'm good.
Dude,
there's a hot dog in the press box. I'm good.
Now, hot dog, that's one thing.
If they have if Baltimore is known for their pit beef sandwiches, then maybe they'll have that in the press box. Maybe. I mean, you go to San Antonio, they're going to have fajitas in the press box.
That's it.
That's it.
Every time you can count on it.
Every
fajitas.
time.
Yep.
Every time. The Spurs going to be in Las Vegas after advancing in the Cup by kicking the Lakers' ass last night. It was fantastic.
It really was. Anytime they kick the Lakers' ass, it's a good thing. They snapped a streak to Luka Doncic, which was nice. Get that monkey off their back. And LeBron James, dude. I'm having a hard time with this.
Of course
I really
you
am.
are.
Well, I am.
LeBron
because,
breathed, and you're upset.
Well, he had a nice dunk. It was a great play.
It was an incredible play.
But then he just stood there and yelled at Luke Cornett for, I don't know, it seemed like an hour.
It was 5 seconds. And LeBron might have surprised himself.
I think he did.
All right. That at his age, he still made a poster. And that was an incredible play. It really was. You got to give. I mean, that was an incredible basketball play. What I liked about that play even more is the way the Spurs responded. A play like that could have been a huge spark for the Los Angeles Lakers. And the Spurs did not let that happen. And I think that probably more impressive. And Mitch Johnson even talked about it after the game. This Spurs team keeping their composure every time the Lakers made a run.
I thought our competitive response was good. And then obviously a team like that's going to make runs, and they have a lot of ways to impact the game. They've been in those games so many times, and when you get a little wobbly or bend a little bit, you need to just kind of double down on game plan execution, playing together, do more of the little things, as much as it feels like you need some big play to be made, and I thought we did a really good job of that.
They did do a good job. They even played the third quarter well last night. So, I mean, all of those things, and that's something they haven't been doing. But this young team is really coming into its own. What are they now, 9-3?
Yeah.
Without Wemby in the lineup? That's an incredible record that no one would have thought they would have done.
And you could see Wemby back in action Saturday in Las Vegas.
Very much so. He had a really good day today. He had a very intense day this morning, and we'll have to see how he responds and reacts tomorrow.
Now, of course, he was talking about Wednesday before the game against the Lakers, and today is the day they're going to check him out, see how he responds. So we should be hearing something here pretty soon from the Spurs about his availability. If not today, certainly tomorrow.
And the good news, bad news, they get Oklahoma City. An Oklahoma City team that beat Phoenix by 49 last night. An Oklahoma City team that is 24-1. They're crushing everybody. And some would suggest, do you bring Vic back for that one? I say you get him back as quickly as you can, because as De'Aaron Fox said, when Vic is back, it is going to change things offensively.
We tried to do the same thing. Even when he was playing, we wanted to have our pace up. And obviously with him, he's around the rim so much, and this is defensively, we get the ball out with Vic trailing. I mean, he's one of the best bigs ever to play that's also can play on the perimeter. So I think it makes his game even easier. Like I said, with the three guys that we have, and even with like KJ and Dev, like guys being able to get downhill, you touch the paint and Vic's trailing. Either the big is guarding him or he's stopping the ball, and you're throwing it to Vic for a warm up trailing three. So like those are things that we would consider a successful possession, make or miss. Vic's getting a wide open three with 16 on the 15. 16 on the clock, like that's a great possession for us. And obviously whenever things do break down, that is someone that you can get the ball to, you can slow it down, and he can create for himself or create for somebody else. Yeah, so I think it adds a dynamic to our offense.
I think De'Aaron had the hiccups. I don't know. Something happened there, but it's going to take a minute. I really believe that. This team's gotten used to playing without him. And several different guys have stepped up. I'm not saying that something should be done and that we don't want Victor Wembanyama. That's not what I'm saying at all. But I think it's going to take a game or two, which to me might be the reason why you don't play him against Oklahoma City. And you let the young guys play. They're hot. They know what they're getting up and down the floor. They're playing with a lot of enthusiasm. And let them try to go out and beat big, bad Oklahoma City. And then maybe think about bringing Vic back.
Although anytime you can match up Wemby with Chet Holmgren, you're going to have the advantage. And without Wemby, Chet Holmgren is – I mean, that whole team, he's a competitor. If he's ready to go, I'm with you. Are they going to win that game? No, it's Oklahoma City. Or chances are they aren't. They're double-digit dogs as we sit right now for this game. So Do you protect them and say, well, yeah, look, you brought Wemby back and they lost? Dude, it's Oklahoma City. I don't think that matters. I mean, unless your idea is this ease them back in with a more favorable matchup, maybe. But the way Mitch Johnson was talking last night, I'm going to say that that they expect him to be ready to go, depending on how he woke up this morning and felt after the intense workout he did yesterday.
And then we'll see how he feels tomorrow, and then that's when we'll get a feel. But look, if he's healthy, he's going to play. I mean, there's no question about it. So we'll see what happens. But the only thing I've got to say about that, Jason, is that Oklahoma City is going to lose some more games. They're not going to win the rest of them.
So why not?
So why not Saturday night in Vegas? Roll the dice, Spurs. Let's see what happens. All right, we're going to take a break live here from Baltimore. Army-Navy weekend. This is the Blitz. We've got a special guest coming up, influencer. Annie Agar is going to join us next here on the Blitz. Stay tuned for that.
Dallas Cowboys fans, come on down!
It's AJ and Rob from the Morning Huddle, and you could be the next contestant on
The Stat Is Right. Every week leading up to the week of the Cowboys home game, AJ and Rob toss out a Cowboys player and a stat from the upcoming home game. Passing yards, rushing yards, number of times Dak adjusts his wristband mid-play, or perhaps CeeDee Lamb mouthguard chews per quarter. Whatever. All you have to do is predict that stat, get the closest, and bam! You're headed to Jerry World with a pair of tickets to the next Cowboys home game. Think of it like The Price is Right, but instead of winning a blender, you get to scream, "How about them Cowboys?" inside AT&T Stadium. So study up, Cowboy Nation, and listen to the Morning Huddle to play. The Stat Is Right, only on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
You know, while it's 30-something degrees here in Baltimore, from everything I hear, the weather is absolutely fantastic back home in San Antonio, and that just means that, look, we are so lucky. You don't have to put the golf clubs away. You can keep them out, and you can get out there on 70-degree days and just have a good time. So that is why you need to go right now to golfclubtexas.com and book your tee time for this weekend. Get out there and play some golf while the weather is still absolutely gorgeous. And from all accounts, it is. Look, if you haven't been out to the Golf Club of Texas lately, you haven't been out there. This place has gone through so many renovations. They've improved that golf course 100%. It is amazing what they've done out there. And again, if you haven't been out there lately, you haven't really been out there. If you've been out there, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And a lot of folks go out there. There's a lot of reasons for that. Number one, the golf course, very fair, but a challenge. But the staff out there, they're going to treat you like royalty, that's for sure. And then you've got the Tin Cup Bar and Grill, one of the best places in town, certainly to go and eat. Even if you're not playing golf, take the family out there and enjoy the food. You're not going to break the bank, but you're going to have an enjoyable time. Look, and if you don't want to play golf this weekend, you'd rather watch the Army-Navy game on Saturday. Great place to do that is the Golf Club of Texas. They've got that Tin Cup Bar and Grill, whether you want to sit inside, TVs all around, or you want to sit outside. You can do that as well. Lots of options for you out there at the Golf Club of Texas. And you know exactly where it is. Right there off Briggs Ranch Road off Highway 90. Whether you're headed out there for dinner at the Tin Cup or around with your buddies, your next tournament, go check them out. Again, best rates always online at golfclubtexas.com. The Golf Club of Texas is the friendliest golf course in Texas.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
Hey, Derek, you've got a 70 model GTO with a Judge option. I love the Judge. On a 1 to 10, where would you score it?
It's won 2 national awards, so probably about a 9.5.
So it's a real one. Is it 40 grand?
I'd say it's probably more than that. My insurance policy is right around 75 to 80.
Well, I've got some stuff over insured too, dog. I know how that works.
Listen to the John Clay Wolf Show Saturday morning at 8 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Listen to this message I received.
First message.
This is Santa Claus. Hey, I'm calling to give you a heads up. Last Christmas, so many people asked me for a Connecticut water softener, but getting all those Connecticut units in and out of the sleigh, up and down the chimneys, well, it's not so good on my back. So I'm going to forward all those Connecticut wish lists directly to you. Here's Mrs. Claus.
Thanks again for installing our Kinetico. I just love how soft my man's beard is, and my skin feels silky smooth, even here at the North Pole.
So if it's okay with you, I'll handle the toys, you handle the water softeners.
For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink. 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit, and $400 off when you trade in your old water softener.
By the way, the elves just love your jingle.
Call 656 Pure Kinetico.
I'm not a fan of the gluten-free cookies. Bye-bye.
The last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656 Pure Kinetico.
License number 38961.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Arasti. If you're tired of pain slowing you down from a recent injury or something that's been nagging you for years, we can help. At Arasti, we've earned the trust of over 8,000 physicians by delivering fast, lasting pain relief without painkillers or surgery. Our hands-on approach targets the root cause of pain, and most patients see results in just one visit. No referral needed, and it's covered by most insurance plans. So don't wait. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti. We fix pain fast.
Discover the newest place to play at Topgolf New Braunfels, now open at 427 Creekside Way in the New Braunfels Town Center. This no golf knowledge needed experience is for everyone and is all about bringing more play and more fun. Topgolf New Braunfels features new games, new food and drink, a 9-hole mini golf course, and half-off gameplay Monday through Thursday. Take a swing with Topgolf's exclusive golf club, The Sure Thing, designed to make golf less hard for beginners or those whose game just isn't that great. Come play around at Topgolf New Braunfels.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Need a reason to call Thomas J. Henry Law after a car accident? How about $1 billion? Because Thomas J. Henry Law fights even when the insurance company says your claim is worth nothing. Thomas J. Henry doesn't back down. That's how we put over $1 billion in our clients' pockets in just the last 4 years, and why we're one of the largest personal injury law firms in Texas. Car accident? Visit thomasjhenrylaw.com. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust. Principal office, San Antonio.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday morning at 11, the Aggies host the Miami Hurricanes, presented by Just Pots. Pre-game at 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Live in Baltimore, Army-Navy weekend presented by our good friends at USAA, and always a lot of famous and nice people showing up at Army-Navy weekend, and, this weekend's no exception.
Absolutely. It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Minix, and now joined by Annie Agar, influencer. You've just been all over when it comes to football.
Well,
It's incredible. Although I want to start with, you live in Chicago. You're from Michigan. You walked in and said, it's damn cold here.
It is cold here.
Well,
The wind,
you're used to that.
You guys think the wind is bad in Chicago? I've never felt wind
Really?
like I have in this harbor. It's terrible.
Well, now the only fault that I can find in you, Annie, is that you're a Green Bay Packers fan.
I'll take it.
We're Dallas Cowboys country, and of course,
Are you? I don't remember. What team is that?
America's team?
Oh, that one. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. We got a couple of engineers here from Philadelphia. They hate the Cowboys.
Wow.
And you like dudes in yellow pants.
Wow.
I don't get it.
Yes, but those dudes win football games. So,
Whoa,
guys,
So we've got to ask. I mean, obviously, you need to say thank you to Jerry Jones for Micah Parsons.
Let me just, I don't know if you guys know Scooter Magruder. He's another content creator. He's out here, a huge Cowboys fan. I personally got to thank him for Micah, so I just want to give him a shout out for that one. I will say, though, the turnover that you guys have had from the trade deadline, monumental. Like, teams should be investigating you guys because it was great. So, Jerry, all the hateful things that I said, I may take back. Your defense looking a little bit more Super Bowl like than it was before.
It's kind of amazing when you got a GM in Jerry Jones who makes a very questionable decision. Now, granted, I was okay with trading Micah, but the timing of it. But the timing of it, do it in March when you could get more, and don't send him.
Does.
And exactly, but he realized how mad he screwed up. Then made the trade for Quentin Williams, because he looks better now.
Yeah. Overshown came back. It was literally, I've never seen a defense make a turnaround that drastic. Because before we were saying Dak and the offense looked like Super Bowl level offense. They were going to have to put up 40 points a game just to stay in the game. Now you guys are dominating. Like, it looks like a totally different defense that's actually capable of taking you guys a little deep in the playoffs, and I don't like it. Well, throw that out there. I'm not a fan.
I wouldn't go that far just yet.
Get through the NFC first, maybe. Let's
you're being kind, and we appreciate that.
I try.
Now, so we need one of your video styles where you're having the conversation in the room. You've got, Schottenheimer, Jerry, and Steven, and you put together a video like that with the conversations with some of these trades.
I would love it. That's what I love about these videos too, because I can make jokes and I can roast people, and it's not so much like me just calling them out. It's more in like a jokey, funny way. So I feel like I get away with things a little bit more that way.
Well, of course, and that's a good thing. And I don't know how you do that. Honestly, I don't know, because you've got to just, as soon as Sunday's over, you just got to be working your tail off.
It is a lot of work, and I love doing it. And I always tell people, like, the meeting, that's what wakes me up in the morning is NFL content. I love watching the games, but it's a ton of work because I'll watch all the games Sunday, and then I research, because I could make any joke that's I think is funny, but it would be biased, right? Because I'm a Packers fan, so I try to dig in to each fan base and find these little jokes that references a trade that they made years ago, or these inside jokes for each fan base. And there's 8 games in the afternoon slate, 4 more in the later one. It's a ton of research that goes into every video. So I research 7-8 hours on Monday, shoot the video for 3 or 4, edit for another 10 to try to get it out on Tuesday. But it's so worth it for the fans. Enjoy it. So.
And people probably don't realize 10 hours of work for a 60-second video.
Isn't that wild?
That's
the biggest thing I tell people that look to get into social media is there's so much that goes on behind the scenes for this 2-minute video that people think, it's just a TikTok. You just throw it up. It's a ton of work. Yeah.
I find it amazing because I wish I'd have thought of that. How did you think of that? What was going through? Were you just watching football and say, hey, here's a good idea?
Yeah. The one thing I love about social media is it creates this group of people that you can kind of resonate with. So while you're watching the game, if you're mad about something, you hop on and you're like, oh, Michael got held again. And I hop on Twitter, which you guys are very familiar with. He gets held every play, by the way. It's ridiculous. Refs start paying attention. But you'll say, Micah, hop on Twitter, and there'll be 5 other people talking about it. And then all of a sudden you have this whole group of people that you can kind of talk with. It's like watching a game with all your friends and family. So I kind of noticed that we had missed that during COVID. We weren't talking about sports. We didn't have this community during games because there were no games going on. So I had this idea to make like a meeting of the teams and the first video was the Big Ten trying to get football up and going again. And I just kind of created this meeting or this community myself in a video format. And it got 3 million views overnight. And then I realized maybe people want this right now because they needed that little comedic relief, So I started doing the NFL weekly ones. And now, 4 years later, we're here.
It's crazy because you've just carved out a career path.
Wild.
What was your career path before this?
So I like to attribute this to my family a lot. And I think we've talked about my family a little bit on here when I've been on with you guys for Super Bowl. But my parents always taught, I always wanted to be on ESPN. ESPN was always the goal. And my parents, instead of saying, let's shoot a little lower and take it step by step, they would say, okay, well, what do you have to do to get there? So I think I always had that goal in mind of ESPN, but then when I talked to anybody in the industry, they would say, start in local news. You got to grind for a couple of years.
Yeah, that's CBS.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You're going to be making $20,000 a year. You got to go cover high school sports. And I loved it, but it was a grind. So I was working in local news during COVID at the time. And then when sports shut down, they moved us over to news instead of covering sports. And I just couldn't do it. And then we'd stopped covering things and people were getting laid off and all that stuff because we didn't have anything to cover. And that's when I had no money. I'd moved back home and I was in my childhood bedroom at my parents' house when I did the first video.
Oh, wow.
So it's amazing how, and I tell everybody this, you just can't give up on if that's your dream, like you'll get there eventually. It just might not be the route you think is normal to take.
You see how tough my life was? 25 years in local television.
Yeah.
I give
tough,
you
right?
so much
Yes.
credit. My boss, and his name is Jack Doles. He is one of the best people in this industry. Just absolutely amazing. He covers the Olympics for NBC now, a couple times. But he'd been there for 30 years, I think, when I got there, and he would still go out and cover high school games, and then he'd go back and be on air for a couple. I just can't even imagine the work that he did for 30 plus years. Is crazy to me. So anybody in local news, I give you guys a huge shout out there because it is a grind. It's a grind.
Annie Agar joining us here on the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. So you work for yourself?
Yes. My full-time job is with Chicago Sports Network. So I host their NFL show there. Yep. And then all the stuff you see on social media, that's all my own.
That's all your own.
How do you get away with working in a Chicago station as a Packer fan? That game the other day between the Packers and Bears, I mean, I've missed that.
Yeah,
that
rivalry is back, guys.
Yeah.
No, it's actually funny you say that because whenever they post a social clip, all the comments say, "Why did you hire her? Like you do know you're Chicago Sports Network, right?" But they're so great about it, and we do a lot of NFC North content. So obviously, we're going to talk about all the teams. We're not just going to focus on the Bears because they play each other twice a year. That game was incredible. And I give a lot of credit, and this is hard for me to say, to Chicago because Caleb looks good. Ben Johnson, great coach. Mm-hmm. Caleb looked good. Like some throws you'll be like, what was he thinking? You know? But what quarterback doesn't do that? And then other throws were very like Mahomes-like. It was really Mahomes-like. It was really weird to see a quarterback in Chicago Bears jersey look actually pretty decent. And I'm worried. It got me worried. So if that tells you anything, Chicago Bears fans, you got something to look forward to.
And at what point do we take Chicago seriously? Now, granted, it's December now.
Yeah.
And I don't know that I'm still bought in. Yeah. Now, they went from first to seventh pretty quick, right? But they are.
Well, the thing is, too, it's a tough division.
Yeah.
So they can still be on the up and up, and I think they are. Caleb's progressing game by game. Like I said, Ben Johnson's play calling is just out of this world. But I think in terms of taking them seriously, they're a lot more clutch this year. Before that game, they were 6-1 in one-score games this season. Like that, those kind of clutch games they would not have won last year. Ben Johnson's affecting that a ton, I think. So in terms of like taking them seriously, I think they can win the close games, which is a huge part. Like you have to be able to win those close games. Otherwise, you're the Bears team that we saw the year before. So they scare me a little bit, which makes me think I take them seriously. But like you said, it's December. We're still not thinking they're a playoff, contender that would scare you.
At the same time, I'm not sold on Denver either.
Yeah, nobody is.
Like, what are we doing? It's December now.
As much as I love Bo Nix, I don't know about Denver. They're right up there with the Patriots. Like, I'm sorry, you have how many wins and you've played who? Like, let's think about this here. But Denver this week, I'm a little worried about that. Their defense.
Well, you should be a little worried
Might
about
take Jordan Love off a couple times.
Just don't make it close in the fourth quarter because that's when Bo Nix shows up.
He's like a different quarterback in the fourth quarter.
It really is.
It started week 1.
Yeah.
It was wild. I don't understand it. Yeah, it scares me a little bit. Their defense is scary. Jordan Love, and if I said it on our show, there's a huge correlation between Jordan Love throwing a pick and us losing the game. Like if he didn't throw a pick in the last 4 games, we won them. Like the games he throws a pick in against Carolina, lost him.
Well, you talk about a guy that a lot of people having a hard time buying into. There's some games he looks like Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Other games, you just don't know. What do you think? I mean, is he progressing the way that you think he should? For Jordan, yeah.
Yeah, he'll have like shades of Brett Favre or he'll look like Aaron Rodgers sometimes. I think he is. It's a lot of it too, and I don't want to blame Matt LaFleur because I think he's a great coach, but he'll like let him throw sometimes he doesn't. Like we'll run the ball 3 straight downs, not get anywhere, have to punt, and then next he'll like launch it 50 yards down the field. And having your receivers back, Jaden Reed came back, that was huge. Having Christian Watson, huge. Matthew Golden, everybody's like, oh, he's a bust. He hasn't scored yet. Still, he's affecting the play. Like he'll draw, the defensive side.
University of Texas.
Love him. Yep. That was just an amazing draft pick. No, I think he's good. I go back and forth on him a lot. I know that, but he is our franchise guy. It's also Toyotathon. So if you guys know anything about Jordan Love, that he turns into like Tom Brady during Toyotathon. I think he's great. I think he reads the defense well. I think he sees the field. Like, it just, the throws that you're like, why did he do that? That's Brett Favre. We saw that for 10 years in a row, like I'm used to seeing that. So yeah, I like him a lot. I think he's a great, and I've talked to him. I talked to him at Super Bowl last year, actually. Great guy. I was roasting the NFC North, and he got really uncomfortable because I don't think he could react to it
the way you'd want to.
Well, yeah, because I was just roasting the Lions, and he was like, "Oh, don't know if I can say anything about that. I think it's funny, but I don't think I can."
See, your job is to roast. His job is he's got to be politically correct. Now, because you do roast people for a living, and you're very good at it, and we've got a couple engineers in here from Philadelphia. Your thoughts on Jalen Hurts?
Oh, don't even get me started.
No, I'm winding you up. Let's go.
Get me started. Hey, guys, they have a positivity rabbit in their locker room, so they'll be better next week. Did you just hear about that?
No, what the hell is a positivity rabbit?
They have I'm dead serious, by the way. They blew up a bunny rabbit, an Easter bunny rabbit. Did you see this? An Easter bunny rabbit, a blown up one, like an inflatable one, and they called it the positivity rabbit or positivity bunny. So this was supposed to help them through their little slump that they're in here. It didn't, in case you guys are wondering. A shocker, I know. So the positivity rabbit is no more. They deflated it. I think that team is hilarious to me because Jalen, first of all, everybody wanted to blame. It's like the blame game. They're blaming AJ Brown. He didn't get targeted enough. Okay, you throw to AJ Brown, you lose all these games now, but he has 100 yards, so everybody's happy.
Well, he's happy.
Crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And the play calling, Kevin Patullo, they wanted him fired a million times. And then the one person they weren't blaming was Jalen because he's just he's a product of this system that they don't know how to play call. Sirianni doesn't know how to game plan and game manage. They're not giving Saquon the ball enough. Then Jalen Hurts comes out, has 2 turnovers on one play.
Which is incredible.
I mean, historic. So great job, Philly, for that.
On one
play. And it was in Monster Vision. Did you see that too? His Monsters Inc. game, so you could see it twice if you wanted to. No, it just is. I think he's not top 5. I think he's a great quarterback, and maybe it's a part of the system like that locker room. I'd love to be a fly on the wall in there because something's wrong in Philly.
Well, we love
it was wrong last year too.
We love the fact that Philadelphia collapses at the end of the season. Yeah. It's great, and they can do that anytime they want to. I got to switch gears with you though, Annie. Sharon Moore.
Oh,
it's just the craziest story, and we were talking about it earlier in the hotel, and nobody can believe it.
The craziest thing I've ever seen. And I was on Twitter, and I flew in yesterday here, and I saw he got fired, and then people were making jokes, and me being me, and I hate U of M, so I was gonna make a joke or roast him or something, but it was too much of a layup, right? Like I was like, yeah, I'll cut the guy some slack, whatever. And then it came out that what all was happening, and I've never heard a story like that. And then people were tweeting, oh, there's going to be more. Like, just wait. There's more. There's, more is going to break. So I just stayed away from that because like his family and everybody involved, I can't even imagine what they're going through right now.
The idea that, and we're kind of the same way.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of stuff on Twitter. But
and you don't know what to believe and what not.
If I see Schefter or Thamel or Ross Dillinger, if they start tweeting, or the police reports, right, which we still have, right now they're because there's so much out there that you go, okay. But then there's other parts that you just kind of want to make jokes about.
Yeah.
Right. Dude, you're married, you got 3 kids, and
the big joke I saw was Michigan finally got fired a coach over a cheating scandal, so it had to happen eventually.
So we're hearing all these names,
and
it blows me away. I mean, Kalen DeBoer,
which he tweeted out that he wouldn't take the Michigan job.
Of course.
I'm pretty sure Lane Kiffin tweeted that same thing.
I wouldn't put anything past Lane Kiffin. Let's face it. Who knows what that guy's going to do?
Yeah.
He's probably hoping DeBoer leaves. He's going to head off to Alabama.
Well, I was going to say it was either Alabama or Michigan.
So it's crazy. It's nuts. And the talk comes up immediately as soon as this happens. Well, who's going to coach?
Yeah.
Who's going to coach Michigan?
The biggest thing that is annoying to me or concerns me is that they had to have known about this. So if Michigan sat on this until after signing day and all of this and signed guys who expected to play for Sharon or had like Bryce Underwood now, he could leave. Like it's just so up in the air for the kids. Like I think we're forgetting that these are still college guys. And if I was playing college ball and my future career was up in the air on that because the school wanted to wait to fire this guy until I don't know. I don't know. I'm not behind the scenes of all this, but that would that would frustrate me for sure.
Well,
Absolutely.
Incredible. And by all accounts, because Tim Brando, national known play-by-play guy, said he heard rumblings in September, but couldn't say anything until you knew it was somewhat because the rumor mill.
Right.
And because there's a report they intentionally waited until after signing day, which, maybe they knew about it, but then some of the other things that you see on Twitter, okay, was that the final straw? All right, we got it.
Yeah.
There's so much more to this story.
Yeah, and I think what people don't know, and I forget who said this. It was a former player, and did a TikTok on it. He said what people don't know is it's not like a normal job. When you're in a normal job and somebody gets fired, you move up, right? Like if the next person moves up, if you're a coach, your coaching staff is literally there to make sure you succeed. If you're a head coach, because if you get fired, and you could become an interim coach, but then you're gone. Once the next coach comes in, he brings his guys in with you. So it's almost like it's like a presidency. Like you're there to make sure the president or the head coach is succeeding as much as possible. So the fact that they didn't keep him around and make sure he was successful, either they didn't like Sherrone more or wasn't going to win there. So they wanted him out. So it's just a bad situation all around at Michigan right now.
Yeah, it's incredible. What this is your first Army-Navy weekend, right?
Yes.
Well, I don't say what you think now, but what are you doing? I mean, what do they have you doing?
Yeah, so we're here with USAA, and we're doing a lot of at the rendezvous point, which we're right next door to.
Right.
A lot of just getting people excited for the game. And I'd never been to Army-Navy, so I knew it was a big deal, obviously. But like the march on and like all this stuff we're going to see in the flag, I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
Just wait. Can we ask you a dumb question?
Absolutely.
What do you do when the internet sucks? When your Wi-Fi is just awful?
Yeah.
Because
that's the worst words you can say to a content creator. I'll tell you right now.
That's why I'm asking you.
It's like end of the world for me. I don't even know. Well, when I'm at games and Wi-Fi is terrible, I have to leave because I want to enjoy the game, but I'm also trying to make content for everybody else watching the game, and that's like top priority for me. So I will not be at games at certain games I know have bad Wi-Fi. Packers, for example, terrible Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Do I go there all the time? Absolutely. But I know I'm going to have to live tweet, so I have to find a spot to do that. It's stressful. So I know what you guys are going through.
We're getting roasted on our YouTube page right now because we've got Annie Agar on and the cameras are going in and out and it's fuzzy and it's the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, they don't want to see us.
Yeah, they don't.
They don't want to see
guys,
us at all.
Don't get mad at them. The Wi-Fi is terrible. It's probably the wind in Baltimore,
It's the Eagle fan engineer.
Probably.
It is. It's the Eagle. Yeah. That's your guys' fault for hiring Eagles fans.
Right, exactly.
We didn't.
If they were Packers fans, they'd be working a lot better, let me tell you.
Think about
Just
this.
like our third down defense is working a lot better.
Yeah. We apologize on YouTube.
Yeah,
sorry boys. This is just for me and Joe.
Yeah. It's the way that it goes. I tried. Annie, thank you so much.
Of course.
This is always fun.
Oh, it's such a blast. I look forward to our little talks every once a year,
Yeah, well, San Francisco.
Yeah.
We'll see you there.
I cannot wait.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'll be there in green and gold. But
Well, you will be, but your team won't.
But you know what? That is good. I knew you were going to say that. Dang it. I was trying to get something off quicker, guys.
Don't feel bad. My team won't be there either.
No. Yeah, that's okay. Well, at least the Chiefs won't. So
Yeah, true.
That's true.
Very, very true.
That's true. And Baltimore won't be there either.
Yeah,
So.
not looking good. Not looking good.
No, not looking good.
No. Annie Agar. Make sure you're following her on all the socials. You probably already are, but make sure you're following her if you're not.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
It's a great follow. Thank you, Annie.
Of course.
Go Navy.
Go. Yeah, well, can't say that.
Yeah, you can.
I'm on the Army side on this one.
Oh, wow.
But the USA gives me the gear, so I had to pick a side, and they picked Army.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Underdog mentality.
Navy's really good.
Take the yell and go home, just like Green Bay.
Really good. Yeah.
Wow. She's never going to come back.
Yeah, she is.
I love it. Love it.
Good stuff.
Oh, very good stuff. Annie Agar, thank you so much. We appreciate it. We'll continue here live from Baltimore. This is The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Riding 1604 with The Blitz.
On the road again. Just can't wait to get on the road again.
Afternoons 2 to 6.
You know, the Roo Pub has proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo. If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149. By texting 24700, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from J. Crew Factory. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at jcrew.com.
At J. Crew Factory, we think shopping should be fun, really fun, as in scoring our exclusive collection of classic styles for the whole family at prices that can't be beat. And today, save even more. Just text GIFTING to 24700 to receive an extra $25 off your purchase of $75 or more at your nearest J. Crew Factory store. This holiday season, discover perfect presents for you and your crew. Shop cozy matching pajamas, toasty sweaters, amazing outerwear, festive accessories, and so much more. Get in the spirit at J. Crew Factory, where we have incredible deals every single day. Visit jcrewfactory.com to find your nearest San Antonio area store today. But first, get an extra $25 off your purchase of $75 or more when you text GIFTING to 24700. Text GIFTING to 24700 to get your $25 off coupon. That's GIFTING to 24700. See a store associate for details.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, more time online, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. But LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our US-based restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
So right now may be the perfect time for you to rethink how you pay for health care. And here's why. This time of year is decision time for a lot of people, but it's also when you can join MediShare and save even more than usual. For many families, joining MediShare means saving about $500 a month, which is a game changer for a lot of people. More than 1 million people are part of healthcare sharing now because it just makes so much sense right now. And MediShare is the gold standard. Members like it a lot. We know this from member surveys. MediShare has been around for over 30 years. It is a proven thing. And if you join before December 15th and you mention the promo code SHARE, they'll waive your application fee. So you save $100 right off the bat. I'll give you the number here in a second, but just call. You'll get a price within 2 minutes. And again, the deadline's December 15th. Call now. You'll save even more. Here's the number. It's 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
How about those San Antonio Spurs knocking off the Lakers last night? They get to go to Vegas and take on the Oklahoma City Thunders in the semifinal round of the Emirates Cup. That will take place on Saturday night. And, well, it's going to be a good one, no doubt about it. CeeDee Lamb at practice for the second straight day, making it seem like he's going to play Sunday night against Minnesota. Of course, Lamb suffered a concussion last Thursday in Detroit.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
And we are live in Baltimore. It is Army-Navy weekend presented by our friends at USAA. And boy, I tell you what, already we just got here. Great time. Coming up here, though, Jason, for Army-Navy weekend, we always get to see some old friends.
Well, we certainly do here on the Blitz, 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. It would suck to have to follow Annie Agar.
Yes.
Yeah, Max DiDomenico is doing just that.
He's
now,
not afraid.
You know, since you have joined the radio station every year, Army Navy, after the game, we've taken a photo with Max and former Clemens star. And I thought you were done. Yet here you are. You're not out doing Army things, Max?
Not yet.
Not yet?
A couple weeks. I'll be down in Oklahoma, Fort Sill, doing my bullet class, which is like our basic officer leaders course. I'll do that for 6 months, and I'm off to El Paso after that. But one more Army Navy game for me.
Now, Max, you were saying you're coaching right now.
I am, yeah. So we have a prep school. It's like a feeder school in the West Point. Kids who maybe don't have the SAT scores or medical injuries, something like that can't get them directly into a USMA. They'll go to a prep school, do a year there, and then it's an easier admission process into West Point. So I'm there doing like a graduate assistant spot and helping coach those kids, get them ready for the next 4 years of their life. So
now, spending some time as a coach, it's this weekend. It's Army Navy game. It's the first time in a while you aren't going to be on that field. How much does that suck?
Yeah, it's weird. It's good. I've kind of had a warm up. We've had 5 home games, and every game it's me, my friends who are doing the same thing as me, and we're watching the games. It's frustrating. It's very frustrating to watch and not be able to like put any input, help play the game, something like that. It's tough, but this week I'm kind of focusing on just being a fan. I'm excited for our guys. It's really cool to see, my former teammates, and now I'm a fan of my former teammates. It's really cool to see them kind of excel and do what we knew they could do when we were players.
All right, Max, you're the perfect guy to ask because Jason and I don't know. We watch this game and we get excited. We get goosebumps and all that stuff. What is it like to get on that field and play in this football game?
Yeah, I mean, you can't describe the feeling. You really just got to kind of be there. And for a fan, it's like a bucket list item, right? Everyone wants to go to Army Navy. Everyone wants to go to Kentucky Derby, Super Bowl, stuff like that. But as a player, I mean, you can't describe the feeling. Warming up. They're showing the fans. Last year we had the president there. Like, it's a surreal feeling. But I'm interested to see how the difference is as a fan opposed to a player. But I mean, the game means so much to us. We say beat Navy literally every day. You say it in class, you write it on papers. So, I mean, it's our life for West Point and cadets, grads, instructors. It's our life.
All right. Now, since you brought that up, is a visit with Max DiDomenico, star at Clemens, was the quarterback there, played in the All-Star game, which is coming up January 10th in the Alamo Dome, and then you ended up at West Point as a safety, which, incredible.
Damn good one, too,
a damn good one, and became one of the leaders of the Army football team. And you guys say beat Navy every day. I'm a Navy guy. It's beat Army. My dad's retired Army. I kind of grew up. I wanted to beat to my business. See, you're going to where? El Paso?
El Paso.
That's why you go Navy. Right? But the idea of the rivalry, but afterwards, the brothers, the old saying, brothers for 364, rivalries for one. How accurate of a T-shirt saying is that if you're saying beat Navy every day?
I can't necessarily speak on like the operational Army or Navy. Haven't really done much of that yet. But I mean, it's bragging rights. It's just like anything else. You're competing for one day a year that you get to, talk crap for the next 364. So I think it's a mutual respect, like for the other 364 days. But on Saturday, it'll be hate Navy day for sure. For sure.
I love the tradition. The winner sings last.
How much, second.
Or second, sorry. Yeah. Second. How much does it suck to sing first?
Yeah, like I said, we experienced that, 363 days ago, I guess now. And it sucks. Like, you finish your alma mater. They finish theirs with beat Army. We finished ours with beat Navy. But, like, you finish it with beat Navy after just losing to Navy. So it's it sucks. Like, that's one of the worst feelings you could have as an Army or Navy football player is singing first. It sucks.
At this game, the rivalry is fun. It's special. It's intense. And I've been coming to this game for a long time, and there were years where both teams did not have great records. But that one game, it's always a hell of a game. Can you describe the intensity of playing in the Army-Navy game versus every other college football game that you got to play in?
Yeah. I remember when we lost my freshman year. I didn't know much of the Army-Navy game. Didn't experience it until we lost that game my freshman year. And for the next 365 days, it was beat Navy. We had it written on walls. We had a countdown clock. And it's not like every other game's irrelevant. Like, you focus on the game that week. But on our bye weeks, we're not practicing for our next opponent. We're practicing for Navy. Like, and so that's what it is. Like, everything you do is like, okay, we're getting better. But are we better than Navy yet? Like, that's your judgment right there. Yeah, you might be preparing for North Texas or Temple, but at the back of your head, you're like, okay, we still have 3 weeks till we play Navy. It's super intense. I mean, it doesn't matter the records. You go in 1-10, and they're 11-0. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's a rivalry game. Each side plays their hearts out. It's really fun.
Look, we here to talk about the football game, obviously, but going to West Point, what has that been like for you and the experience of being there and all the other stuff besides football?
Yeah, I can't be more appreciative of what West Point has done for me and the people I've met. That's probably the biggest thing. It's a super tough school. A lot of people and grads might hear this and like cooperate to graduate. Like you're leaning on the people next to you every single day. Academics are just grueling. And then being an athlete on top of that, no matter what sport you're playing at an academy, is super tough. But, I can't be more appreciative of West Point and what it's done for me, and hopefully what it does for me in the future in the Army, stuff like that. It's been amazing. And I love that I went here. I don't know if I'd do it again. I don't know if I want to experience those 4 years again. Not that they were bad. It's just one of those things in life that make you a tougher, stronger person, and I'm really glad that I experienced that.
When you think about your high school friends that went to traditional college, they didn't go to West Point, and you hear their stories versus what you're doing. Although you're guaranteed a job, a good job when you're done. But as you say that, because all three academies recruit San Antonio pretty heavily, do San Antonio high school kids reach out to you and ask for any advice or guidance? I know, Jackson Gutierrez and Giuseppe Sessi on the Navy squad. I mean, San Antonio guys. Do San Antonio high school athletes getting recruited ask you, what is it really like?
Yeah, I had a few kids from my high school. And honestly, it's not even just football. It'll just be like, we had a kid from Clemens go to West Point a couple years ago. Like, you showed him up. And it's kind of an alumni thing. It doesn't matter who you are. I know a bunch of alumni from San Antonio, just strictly based off of the West Point connection. So, yeah, from San Antonio, I've probably had 4 or 5 high school kids hit me up, just what they can do better, how can they come here, what did I do, and sharing that experience with them to kind of give their path a bit easier than I had it.
How much do you get back home?
As a cadet, I was home like 2 or 3 times a year. This year, I was just home for Thanksgiving, went and watched the UTSA game. So that was pretty cool to kind of go back home, see my family, see my brother and sister, and then experience, an Army win as a fan is pretty cool. So
I was going to bring up UTSA because I know for Army, UTSA is not a big rivalry game, or maybe it is.
No, I think it is. It's kind of developed like that.
I mean, and again, UTSA has won at West Point. They won at Mikey Stadium a couple years ago, but 3-0 in the Alamo Dome. But what the hell was going on in the post game after UTSA?
I was in the stands. I don't know much. No, but I mean, we have a lot of respect for UTSA. It truly has grown into a rivalry. I think we've played them 6 times, and of course, we're 5-1. It just worked out that way, I guess. I think the only year they beat us, Frank was the quarterback there. But we
another Clemens guy.
Yeah, I still got bragging rights over Frank. I was with him at the game this past week or 2 weeks ago. But the post game stuff, I don't know what's happening. One side's going to blame the other side's going to blame one. So I think there's a lot of emotion involved. That game's just a lot of emotion, right? During Thanksgiving and stuff. So that's probably what it was. That's what I hope it was. I'm not sure.
That's a good politically correct answer, sir. Officer, sir. What?
Well, politician in the making. Who knows?
He's a military officer.
Well, I know, but a lot of military officers go on to have political lives.
How many years are you going to be in El Paso?
In El Paso, it's around 2 years.
I mean, you were a stud football player. You didn't meet anybody that could get you a better duty assignment?
No, I kind of blame myself. If I was a bit higher class rank, maybe I would have got a better post. But I mean, I don't know anything about El Paso. I've never been there, and I live in Texas the last, I guess, 15, 16 years.
There's nothing
I'm excited.
wrong with El Paso.
I don't know. I've heard good things. So
Nothing wrong with El Paso.
I've heard good things. I'm excited to go there.
I wouldn't want to live there, but there's nothing wrong with El Paso.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Max, enjoy Army-Navy weekend. Do you get out and have fun tonight, or is it all work?
Oh, of course. Yeah, it's way different now. I'm not even staying in the team hotel. Like, I'm letting those guys be.
Awesome.
I'll go experience Baltimore and truly embody this Army-Navy experience as a non-player now. So I'm excited.
Is your dad running around here somewhere?
No, my dad's not. He didn't make it up for the trip.
Okay.
So you really are going to have a good time.
Yeah, I'll have a good time.
Good stuff. Max DiDomenico, man, great seeing you. Great. Thanks for coming by and finding us here at in the middle of Baltimore, because I gave you really bad directions on where we are.
It's okay. That's why we got GPS on our phone.
there you go.
Yes,
there you go. Good stuff, man. Appreciate you.
Appreciate y'all.
Sure
Thank
do.
you.
All right, good stuff. It is Army-Navy weekend here in Baltimore. Thanks to our good friends at USAA. We appreciate them. And when we come back, Stephen Jones will join us from the Dallas Cowboys. We'll hear from him on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
When you need an electrician, you know Hill Electric is available for both residential and commercial needs. I know I've used Hill Electric for a variety of projects at my home through the years. They do fantastic work and have for well over 3 decades. The family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio homes and businesses. And whatever your project is, Hill Electric has the right service at the right price, never a service charge, always free estimates. So it costs you nothing to figure out what it will take to get a project done. Call Hill Electric at 210-404-9074, 404-9074, or hill-electric.com.
South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday night at 7:20, the Cowboys take on the Minnesota Vikings at home in Arlington. Pre-game at 6. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the Davis Law Firm, Hornitos Tequila, Connecticut, and Jim Beam.
How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Getting more as a My Lowe's Pro Rewards member is easier than ever with the Lowe's app. Download it today and earn 500 points the first time you log in. Plus, your digital wallet helps you scan, save, earn, and access what you need to manage it all in one place. Download the Lowe's app and take advantage of your pro benefits today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid 12/1/25 through 1/7/26. Offer valid for first login per organization only. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Additional restrictions apply. Visit Lowe's.com/terms for more details. Subject to change.
Hear that? That's Mike. He took ZQL Pure Z's, so now he's sleeping soundly on a Sunday night. ZQL Pure Z's are fast-acting melatonin gummies with a complementary botanical blend to help Mike get the sleep he needs to wake up refreshed and ready to conquer Monday.
Let's do this Monday.
ZQL Pure Z's, just for sleep. Really great sleep. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Use as directed.
Listen to this message I received.
First message.
This is Santa Claus. Hey, I'm calling to give you a heads up. Last Christmas, so many people asked me for a Connecticut water softener, but getting all those Connecticut units in and out of the sleigh, up and down the chimneys, well, it's not so good on my back. So I'm going to forward all those Connecticut wish lists directly to you. Here's Mrs. Claus.
Thanks again for installing our Connecticut. I just love how soft my man's beard is, and my skin feels silky smooth, even here at the North Pole.
So if it's okay with you, I'll handle the toys, you handle the water softeners.
For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink. 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit, and $400 off when you trade in your old water softener.
By the way, the elves just love your jingle.
Call 656-PURE, Connecticut.
I'm not a fan of the gluten-free cookies. Bye-bye.
The last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656-PURE, Connecticut.
License number 38961.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS like Joe?
I started a woodworking business. I was able to build beautiful furniture, but had no handle on the business side of things, so quickly fell behind in my taxes. 1 year of being behind in taxes quickly turned into 5 years. I ended up owing almost $37,000.
Then Joe found tax relief advocates.
I would hear ads for tax relief advocates. One day it just clicked. This is my exact situation that I'm in. So I wrote down the number and called from the car when I got home that day. TRA saved me 99% of what I owed the IRS, and that brought a huge sense of relief.
If you owe 10 or even hundreds of thousands of dollars to the IRS, don't lose hope. Do what Joe did and called TRA for a consultation.
I'm really happy that I made that call, and I finally felt like I could breathe again.
Visit TRA.com or call 800-484-4743. 800-484-4743. That's 800-484-4743.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
Hola, mi esposo se lastimó en un accidente ayer. ¿Me puede ayudar?
Claro que sí. Estamos aquí para servirle.
I'm Jeff Davis. At Davis Law Firm, we're here for you 24/7. Our team of Texas attorneys has been helping people injured in car, truck, or 18-wheeler wrecks for more than 25 years. And there's no fee unless we win. Y hablamos español. If you've been hurt, call us at 444-4444.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
If a Lenovo computer for your business is on your holiday list, don't shop around. Just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com. It's your last chance to get exclusive deals on the PCs you want for your business, like the ThinkPad X9 14 Aura Edition and Yoga 7i 2-in-1. So avoid all that shopping chaos and price comparing, and just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com, where PCs are up to 35% off. That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo.
Find the most wonderful gifts at Macy's Friends and Family Sale with incredible deals on our best brands like Donna Karan, Avec Les Filles, Calvin Klein, and more, all at 30% off. Plus, take 15% off beauty and fragrance from Lancôme, Clinique, and Yves Saint Laurent. Or Star Rewards members can earn $20 in Star Money for every $100 spent on eligible brands. Ends tonight, only at Macy's Friends and Family Sale. Savings off regular and already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's a Friday on the Morning Huddle. Week 15 of the NFL got started with the Tampa Bay Bucks and the Atlanta Falcons, but there's plenty more where that came from.
College football might have gone away, but there's lots of football to talk about, and the Spurs are headed to Vegas for the Emirates Cup. We'll keep talking about it, but you got to get here early. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
And we are live from Baltimore, site of Army-Navy Weekend presented by USAA. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. He is Jason Minix.
And while we'll talk a lot of Army-Navy Weekend, let's talk some Dallas Cowboys right now. Stephen Jones joining us here on the Buyers Barricades guest line. And Stephen, looking at the injury report from today, CeeDee Lamb, a full participant. Has he cleared concussion protocol? Is he going to be good to go Sunday night against Minnesota?
Yeah, barring any setback or something that, we don't expect, he should be ready to go.
Well, that is certainly good news. The other thing is Trayvon Diggs, Stephen. I know Brian Schottenheimer said the other day that he's got to do some things better before he can get back on the field. What's going on there with Trayvon Diggs? Is he still injured, or is this a discipline problem?
No, I think it's at the end of the day, it's tied to injury because he misses practice time. And in order for him to perform at the level he needs to, the expectation is he's got to be out there and practice and obviously be available, for the meetings and things of that nature. He's got to put in the full body of work. And, because of his limitations this year, he, had gotten away from that. So we just got to get him dialed back in, and I think things will work themselves out, hopefully.
Well, and as you say that Schottenheimer using the term consistent with all of that, would you expect to see him Sunday night or in the near future?
Hopefully in the near future, for sure. I mean, we'll take a look at the full body of work here after Saturday's work, and we'll make a decision on this week after Saturday.
Well, Stephen, you have to be happy, I would imagine, the fact that unfortunately you guys went to Detroit and lost that game, but Philadelphia lost on Sunday as well. The Dallas Cowboys are still right there. Obviously, you've got some work to do, but there's got to be some optimism, I would think, there at the Star.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it was very disappointing for us not to, do the things we needed to do to win the Detroit game. I thought we fought, we competed. We gave ourselves a chance there at the end. Obviously couldn't get them out when we cut the lead to 3. But the good news is Philly did end up losing their game as well. So we're in the same spot, one less game to play, but same spot as we were the week before. And, I really like, the way this team is coming around. That was a really good team we lost to in Detroit on the road. They play well, but I fully expect us to go out and play, in which we've done all year, play really good football in front of this home crowd.
Stephen Jones, as you visit with us here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star, I think about where you're at watching this team, especially on the defensive side, get better throughout the season. Hopefully it's not too little too late, but what are the biggest differences you're seeing out of this defense?
I just think it's one of just consistency. And I think a lot of that has to do with one, what our players expect and what they, we're trying to do the things that Coach Eberflus expects from them. And then the flip side of that is Coach Eberflus just getting a feel for our personnel, what they do best, and then evolving into what we've evolved into. Obviously, we made some trades. The big one, of course, being Quentin Williams. And then, a huge deal is getting Overshown back. So, that's made a big difference. And I think we're doing things that complement our players. I think we're getting an identity and, fully expect us to continue to improve as we move forward.
Stephen, you guys 10 days off before you play again. You play another primetime game on Sunday night. The team, do you guys benefit from a long layoff like that, almost a mini bye?
Yeah, I mean, especially when you played that many games in such a short window. But, that's every team has different challenges when it comes to schedules. And that was our challenge this year. And, of course, at the end of that, then we do get almost a mini bye, and I think it was much needed. I think obviously we had a great run there, winning the first 3. We wanted to put wanted to finish it off with a big win at Detroit. Didn't get it done, but certainly to have 10 days here for the guys to get their legs back under them, I think it's going to be a big positive, and hopefully it shows, when we go out and we try to get the next W here against the Vikings.
Absolutely, and I would imagine George Pickens would be a big part of the offensive game plan, as he always is. I know Schottenheimer said he talked with Pickens after the game and some social media posts. Do those meetings end up with you or Jerry where you have to have a conversation with George Pickens?
No, most of the time not. Most of the time job gets done between head coach or assistant coach and the player. And certainly we were very satisfied with the outcome of the meeting Coach Schottenheimer had with George. And I think we're all good. That's in our rearview mirror.
Good deal. And you got the Minnesota Vikings on the Sunday night, and I know you got a meeting in about 2 minutes. So, Stephen, always appreciate you jumping on with us here down in San Antonio.
Thanks a lot, guys. Always great being on with you. Y'all have a good weekend.
Appreciate it. We certainly will here at the Army-Navy game weekend in Baltimore. Stephen Jones on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond, online at buyersbarricades.com. Actually kind of nice to hear that Stephen didn't have to mess with it. They know what Schottenheimer talked about, and Schottenheimer probably had to have a meeting about the meeting. But if it gets to Stephen, then they got a real mess on their hands.
Yeah, it's not a good thing. Not a good thing. Glad that's in. I expect a big night out of George Pickens because of all the criticism he's taken since that Detroit game. I do. I expect a big night out of him Sunday night.
And even if the coverage is similar to what Detroit did, I think you're going to see more effort on said routes, because it's true with that coverage, he affected the game. And CD was having an incredible game until he got the concussion.
Yep.
The problem that I had with George Pickens is when CD went out, George Pickens had to step up, and he did not. He didn't all of a sudden find that burst of energy with those routes. It was almost like he had mentally checked out of that game, didn't care, looked uninterested. All the different descriptions that we were talking about last Friday are still true today. But as Steven said, in the rear view, I hope that it truly is.
Well, obviously, every Cowboy fan hopes it is, and they hope that I'm right about George Pickens having a big night come Sunday night, because it's a game that they need to win. It's a game that they should win, and keep their playoff hopes alive. I think Philadelphia, I have to believe they're going to snap out of this sooner or later. The Cowboys, all they can do is do what's in front of them, and that's win the next 4 games and let the chips fall where they may.
Well, and again, the math is still the same. Bro, you think about that 3-game stretch Dallas had. And again, right now, Cowboys are coming off a bad loss and everybody's mad about it. But when you think about that stretch of games, Philadelphia, Kansas City, and Detroit, if they won 2 or 3, they were going to have an opportunity. And the fact that one of those came against Philadelphia, an Eagle team that was up 21-0, and they blew that game. The Cowboys came back, they got that big win. Then they beat Kansas City. The math is still the same, except for when you're coming off a loss, it feels differently. You still have to have the Eagles lose 2 of their next 4.
Yeah, they've got to lose 2 for the Cowboys to have and the Cowboys have to win out. They've got to win the next 4 games. There's no room for error anymore for the Dallas Cowboys. It's just amazing to me. And Steven and Jerry, and I know we joke and executive of the year and all that, but they've got to feel pretty good. All the heat that those two took, especially Jerry, over the Micah Parsons deal, and to have it turn out the way that it's turned out, it's got to be pretty satisfying to both of those guys.
It is, and I know we were joking earlier with Annie Agar, and if you missed Annie, make sure you check it out on the Audio Vault powered by AA Best Bail Bonds at sasportstar.com. Because she is a Packer fan and thrilled that basically you got Kenny Clark for Micah Parsons. But the move to get Quinnen Williams was a great move by Jerry Jones, and you can see the difference in the Cowboys defense.
Oh, without a doubt, and the fact that it's a foundation that the Cowboys have for the rest of this year, obviously, but going into next season, they've got that defensive front in pretty good shape. And so you add some pieces to that, and the Cowboys keep the same offensive firepower that they've got going now. That could be a scary team next year.
Yeah, and again, will they get into the playoffs becomes the question. Next year looks good. But, man, as a Cowboy fan, how many times do we have to say, man, that next year team, I want to deal with this year's team. Now, they play on Sunday Night Football. We've got Thursday Night Football tonight, Tampa Bay against Atlanta. Make sure you get your picks in at sasportstar.com. for the Pro Football Pick'em Challenge. Again, weekly winners get that gift card to the Mellow Mushroom. At the end of the year, the local grand prize winner gets $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Tickets.
And I see Alexandra on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page asking, Miguel if he got his picks in. She doesn't ask me that. Yes, Alexandra, because I know you were about to. I did get my picks in. I am in first place, and there. So I hope you have a great weekend.
Well, that's it. I'm glad she put that reminder in there, because that was my reminder that we need to do that, and I need to do that. Joe did that.
I did.
So he says.
I did. It's in there.
You out there, you need to get your picks in. I like Tampa Bay tonight.
You would think, right? I mean, you really would think. They have not been playing well, but they are getting Mike Evans back tonight. I kind of like them too. Will they cover the 4.5 point spread?
That's the $1 million question, isn't
always,
it? That's really all that matters.
Well, I haven't decided who I'm putting money on yet. So,
I know where you're going to put your money.
Where?
On Jimmy Eat World. We're going to a concert tonight. We probably won't even see much of this game.
It's going to be cold, Minix.
If
it's cold, I'm finding a bar, something, right, and you can see Mr. Jimmy Eats His World or whatever the hell he's doing.
Unplug it, maybe.
So, now it is cold outside.
It's extremely.
It is, and it's dark out here. It is dark already. According to my phone right now, it is 33 degrees, feels like 25. Good Lord.
Then it's 25 degrees.
Well, it feels like that, but you don't believe in feels like temperatures.
It's 25 if that's what it feels like. It's 25.
Well, no, it's 33, but it feels like 25.
Unbelievable.
But we have these little things right here.
We do.
Yeah. And if you noticed where we're at, the upstairs area where we were earlier, we'll be able to watch the concert from there.
Well, that's where I'm watching it, or I'm not watching it at all. I'm not standing out there in 25-degree weather watching some dude.
It's a band.
Well,
it's Jimmy Eats World.
Right. Watching him play whatever the hell he plays. Now, I'll be happy to watch him. I'll cheer him on from the warm VIP area up there.
There'll be alcohol.
Exactly.
You'll be warm.
Yes.
I'll have a heated vest. And I'll be fine. So you make fun of my heated vest.
You go down and stand by the stage. I want to see you down there banging heads with everybody while I'm up in the VIP area having a cold drink and I'm warm and toasty.
How well do you know me? We've known each other about more than 30 years, right?
Yeah.
Do you think I'm going to be down in the front of that stage if there's a VIP area with free beer anywhere? I mean, think about who you're talking to.
Well, this is true.
Now also, I'm a tall 5'7". I ain't getting down in some sort of mosh pit with anybody, let alone when it's 9 degrees outside.
Well, you ain't kidding.
And there's free alcohol in a VIP area that's heated.
I'm not doing it.
I mean, if you're watching on YouTube, I don't know if you can show it, but there's a whole row of porta potties out there.
Hold on. There sure is.
Yeah.
I'm about to go visit one.
You're not, because there's a VIP bathroom that you're going to go to.
Well, I'm going somewhere. I'll tell you that right now. That will be happening during this break.
Yeah,
everything last night was we.
Yes.
By the way, we've got some breaking news when it comes to this whole Michigan debacle that's going on there. They fired their athletic director. We'll get into it when we continue here on the Blitz live from Baltimore Army-Navy weekend presented by USAA. The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Let me talk to you, though, first about my good friends at Stevens Roofing. I love talking about Stevens Roofing. First and foremost, they're a great family, great people. And did you know they've been in business in San Antonio since 1983? Think about that for a minute. 1983. So if you need something done with your roof, who are you going to call? You're going to call somebody that's been in business that long and that does things right. Obviously, they've got a perfect reputation. They stand by their work. And now Stevens Roofing has gone into the solar business. So if you've been thinking about putting solar panels on your house, Stevens Roofing and Solar is the name you need to remember. The number you need to remember is 210-785-0994. They'll come out, they'll work with you, put a plan together of exactly what you want, and they'll get it taken care of. If you think you have a problem with your roof, you've seen some spots on your ceiling, and maybe you've got a leak, call Stevens Roofing and Solar. They'll send a team out. They'll do it for free, and they'll inspect your roof, and they'll let you know what's going on and how they can get it taken care of. Stevens Roofing and Solar, they are the best in the business. Give them a call, 210-785-0994, or you can visit them online at stevensroofing.net.
San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to USASportsStar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Tickets. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an audience national contest across multiple markets. The 50K Pro Football Giveaway. Register and win at SASportsStar.com.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
And it's the second instance of a plane catching fire this week.
J.D. Ryan was a stewardess for Southwest for 5 minutes.
Flight attendant.
And he's an expert on everything aviation.
Now it's time for Plane Talk with Captain J.D. Ryan.
Thank you, Bob. Welcome aboard.
Listen to the John Clay Wolf Show, Saturday morning at 8 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The NBA is happening Christmas Day.
games, one unforgettable lineup.
That's what Christmas is all about.
Buckets for breakfast, breakaways for dessert. It's the holiday tradition.
Christmas all day.
With star power from across the globe.
The stars, they are going to be out.
The best gift, you don't even have to unwrap it.
We want to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year!
NBA Christmas Day begins at noon Eastern on ABC and ESPN.
How about them Cowboys? We rise as one in Texas, sporting handed-down silver and blue jerseys. We come together for America's team every time they take the field. So let's share a round of Jim Beam and lemonade on game day together, because people are good for you, especially for us in Cowboys country. Presented by Jim Beam, bringing fans together across Cowboys country. 40% alcohol by volume. Copyright 2024, James B. Beam Distilling Company, Claremont, Kentucky. Drink smart.
Kohl's Customer Appreciation Event is here, right in time for the gift exchange. Even though everyone pretends gifting isn't a competition, it kinda is. At Kohl's, save on gifts everyone will fight over. From sweaters and flannels to air fryers, toaster ovens, and more. Because deep down, the gift exchange isn't just about giving. It's also about winning. Shop Kohl's and save on top gifts now. Select styles, some exclusions apply. Offers end December 14th. See store or Kohls.com for details.
Connecticut water systems are the best of the best. I personally have one in my home. All those other water softener systems out there are junk in comparison.
For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink. $400 off with trade-in and 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit. Call Connecticut of San Antonio and the Hill Country. 210-656-PURE.
Check them out at ConnecticutSA.com and tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
License number 38961.
Another episode brought to you by Prize Picks. And I'll tell you, it's the holiday season. It's the best time of year for sports. The bowl games are beginning. You got college and pro basketball. You got playoff pushes all around, and it's all happening at once. There's no better place to play than at Prize Picks. I love going to Prize Picks because I get to stack different leagues. I like a football play. Let's say I like Jamar Chase this weekend. I also like Wemby with the blocks. I can add that in there as well. And you like to play the hockey as well. You've got everything there that you can stack. Above and beyond that, if you have a favorite player, you can play them in a lot of different ways. That's Prize Picks. Go download the app today. And when you do, remember the code ALAMO. If you remember the word Alamo, there's free play in there. So go download Prize Picks and remember the code ALAMO and get your money early. You get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Again, that's the code ALAMO to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it 'tis the season to go play on your Prize Picks. And you know why? Because it feels so good to be right.
Since 1993, Thomas J. Henry dedicated himself to building a firm that injured clients can trust and respect. A firm backed by a track record of success and a commitment to our clients. If you've been injured, trust Thomas J. Henry. San Antonio, Texas.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday morning, December 20th at 11, the Aggies host the Miami Hurricanes, presented by Just Pots. Pregame at 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
We are back live. Army-Navy weekend here in Baltimore. Thanks to our friends at USAA. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. He's Jason Minix, and Minix, it's cold outside.
It is cold outside.
I just had to walk to the potty.
Well, and you didn't go to a porta potty.
No, I didn't. I should have.
What? Really?
No, the other one's much nicer.
It is. Well, I wouldn't say that. It is actually. But it's a walk. But where we're at, I don't even know how to describe. We're like in a garage. Although it's not like. I'm guessing this is normally something. It's a vacant room now, but imagine you're on the Riverwalk or down by Alamo Plaza.
Right.
You remember all those shops that, down by the old Ripley's, believe it or not? We're in like one of those. And there's a garage door that can open up. And, we got smart and we closed it. The dude from San Diego was freezing his ass off. And I was like, does that door close?
Oh, you did it for him, huh?
No, I did it for me. He was, he didn't think to say, we can close that, right?
That was a weird situation. I'm not making fun of the San Diego guys, but that was the producer. So he's the only guy that caught the flight to come here to Baltimore. The host of the show didn't make it, so he had to fly back to San Diego. Well, they're all set up, and this dude just sits there. I don't know what he did, man.
I don't know. It's like, does he talk? What kind of radio show is going on over there? So I'm looking at it, and again, his story. They were catching a red eye last night, and they were going to change planes in Salt Lake City and then fly into Baltimore on a red eye. Well, the host got bumped to first class. The producer did not on the flight from San Diego to Salt Lake City, as the story goes. And when they landed, there was some plane issues on leaving San Diego, and they were delayed, and they had like 10 minutes. Somehow the producer made it, but the host did not. Now, remind you, the host was in first class. I don't know what happened to him, but he spent the night in Salt Lake City and then flew back to San Diego this morning.
That sounds like a setup to me. I mean, the guy, he's got a girlfriend in Salt Lake City or something, and he made that happen.
No, I think he was in first class, had a couple of drinks, had to pee instead of running to catch his flight. Then he missed the connecting flight.
Well,
and then the dude landed in Baltimore. He's at baggage claim looking for his coworker who is not there.
Well, there is that. Well, this guy's going to have a great time because he's got to sit there for however long that show is. I guess maybe in direct traffic. I don't know what he was doing, but
I don't know what he was doing.
But he gets to go. He gets to enjoy all the festivities here at Army Navy weekend.
Yeah, and the other guy does not. Which it was just a weird story. But we do have this. But we just had to walk outside out of this room to go down. Not that far, but far enough to go into the other part of this little mall thing where the restrooms are.
Yeah.
And neither one of us put on a coat to go do that walk because we live in San Antonio where you don't need those kind of things, but just how stupid cold it is on a very short time outdoors.
Extremely cold.
Without a jacket.
Yeah, it was cold, but
Yeah.
I feel better, and it was all worth it.
And Ben Bersigno tweets 72 degrees on the walking trails while listening. Thanks, Ben. Thanks, Ben.
We don't really care, Ben.
Yeah.
Good for you. Enjoy your walk.
Yeah. Dude, you're on walking trail, and we were talking with Annie Agar, and we'll talk to Miss America tomorrow.
Yeah, we've have you posted that picture yet?
I have not.
All right.
Because we had Annie Agar, then Max DiDomenico, and then Stephen Jones, and then I had to pee. So I'll post it.
We had some video issues, so I apologize for that.
Damn it.
It worked just fine with Max. Didn't have any issues with Max. Go figure
so you
that.
couldn't get your camera up and running for Annie Agar, but you could for Max DiDomenico?
Dude, my camera was up and running. I guess, the little blue pill wasn't. I don't know what happened.
It's a blue light on your camera.
Is that what it is? I don't know what happened.
I'll
take my chances with a dude.
What the hell was that?
Oh,
Dave
stop
Fletcher?
it. Yeah.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
Wow. So it worked for Max, but it didn't work for Annie.
I've been here 4 years, and I still am not careful enough about saying stuff, which, of course, that's taken way out of context, obviously.
Was it?
Yes.
Was it?
Yes, it was.
I mean,
never spit it out. Oh, I love you, Pledge.
Where were we?
Yeah. The Michigan has fired their
now we got to get serious.
athletic director. I don't know. I guess we do. And he's being held. He's a suspect in an assault.
Now,
what the hell's going on in Michigan?
There's a lot of things there. And when you think about the athletic director getting fired, and I've seen it on Twitter at a couple places, but I haven't seen it like from the Pete Thamels yet. But we talked about that earlier. The Michigan athletic director has gone through a lot of bleep storms in the last couple of years.
Oh, yes.
As the boss, right? And I mean, this is the biggest Michigan scandal since the last one. And when you look at it and you think about, at some point, do you look at the guy that's in charge of all of it? And,
yeah, you have to.
And
you have to.
When you're looking at, all right, especially if he's been detained for any kind of reason. This whole story is so bizarre, and there's parts of it that you want to make jokes about. And really, dude, you threw away that job for,
oh my God,
right? And again,
for what, Jason?
Well, you know,
I don't know what.
But then there's this whole other aspect of it that is very serious in nature. When you bring in mental health issues, you bring in assault, so some sort of violence, and people are like, where do you go with this? And the reality is, until the police reports come out or the district attorney files charges, we don't know why Sharon Moore is in jail as we sit right now. We have ideas, but we don't know why. We don't know what charges. He's going to be in court tomorrow. We'll learn more then. But the timeline of all of this is raising a lot of questions, especially if having an affair or having sex with a coworker, an inappropriate relationship, is against Michigan policy, and no
it's against most companies' policy.
Sure, especially if you're in management, which head coach management. The idea is and zero tolerance, fired. But if they knew about this in the last couple of months, there's a guy, Tim Brando, is a well-respected name in college athletics. He heard rumblings in September. And if they truly did wait until after signing day to fire him, and that's crap, but at the same time, doesn't necessarily add up unless they have their new head coach already done and they haven't announced it yet. Because I can understand them saying, well, we can't fire the coach till after signing day. All right, cool. Except for every coach that you would want to interview, every big name guy out there that are being linked to the job, well, they all have jobs. And like Matt Campbell is one, the ink on his contract at Penn State isn't even dry. So if you really wanted to replace Moore with, say, a Matt Campbell, why would you wait this long to fire him? I mean, some of that timeline, it just doesn't add up.
Well, it doesn't make any sense if they were waiting till after signing day, because you fire the coach. Guess what? The ink on that paper doesn't mean anything now. It means nothing. Those players can go wherever they want to. They sign their letter of intent, but hey, the coach was fired, so they get a free pass. They can leave. And so it doesn't do Michigan any good to wait until after signing day, unless, I don't know, perhaps the athletic director didn't know the rules there. And they'll actually have another chance. Those that don't leave now, once a new coach is hired, players have the opportunity then to leave that program. So I'm not sure exactly what's going on with Michigan there, but that signing day, the signatures on those papers are worthless. They just are. Those guys can leave. University of Michigan, though, now has fired their athletic director, Ward Manuel. He's being questioned by authorities and will likely be detained. So I ask you again, what in the hell is going on? I mean, think about this. If you've got your head coach who allegedly is being held on assault, I don't know that for a fact, but that's some of the stuff we've seen. And now you've got the athletic director who's being questioned by authorities and will likely be detained. This is crazy.
Again, there are parts of it that you can joke about and whatnot. And then the serious nature of this story kind of wants to reel in, because we don't have anywhere close to all the information. And Michigan is one of the bigger brands in college athletics. Would be a very coveted job by most anybody in that profession. But I wonder now, like if you're Kalen DeBoer, whose name has been linked, would you really leave Alabama for Michigan where it is right now? I mean, now you wonder if they go outside of the Michigan family, if they get outside of the Harbaugh tree, which it certainly seems like they need to do, how attractive of a job is Michigan today, December 11th, 2025?
That's a great question. I would think they're going to have to throw money at somebody. I mean, they didn't have to pay more. They didn't have to pay him to leave. He was fired with cause, so that means they're free and clear from him.
But there will be some lawsuits. You know damn well he will get a lawyer that will try to get all that money.
I'm sure they will.
And if Michigan has turned a blind eye to one other affair that Sharon Moore can prove, then he likely could end up with some of that money in some sort of settlement. And then if he, which I've seen on Twitter, they knew that he had some mental health issues. If they knew that, how much does that factor in when you look at terminating a guy with cause under contract? But I mean,
why should that matter?
If they because it's a disability.
It's not a disability. It's an illness. I'll give you that. But I don't think it's a disability. And so what do you do with the guy? So if you tell your boss or your boss knows you have mental problems and you're doing a horrible job or you're sleeping with your assistant, he can't fire you?
Well, I mean, again, whatever their investigation shows, that could be a factor. The other part, like this athletic director, they just signed him to an extension.
They did
a couple of months ago. So, I mean, there just seems so much more to this onion that needs to be peeled back before we really know what is going on, or what opinion you might have had yesterday, what opinion you might have had today might completely change in the next week, in the coming months. It's just such a bizarre situation. And then you listen to Adam Schefter, Michigan man, today on television and his reporting, and Rich Eisen, Michigan man, what he was saying on his show earlier today here on 94.1 from a defensive standpoint, because that is their school, versus what you're hearing from some of the other analysts, and trying to piece together what are the real facts out there, and knowing that Adam Schefter, who covers the NFL, was one of the ones that broke the story, because I think they figured, all right, well, let's leak this news to Schefter initially, because at least they'll get a little bit more of a softer landing, if you will, with some of the initial reporting. All of it's just interesting.
This is a bizarre story. When it first broke yesterday, we thought it was bizarre, and it just keeps getting weirder and weirder and weirder. And I don't know where it's going to end. I mean, every day is bringing something new and more bizarre. So the athletic director, that's the news today, has been fired by the University of Michigan, and apparently is being questioned by authorities and is likely to be detained. That's the latest that we have on that situation. And we'll try to get you updated and figure what the hell's going on in Michigan. It is just a crazy, crazy situation. I'll tell you what's going on here in Baltimore, though. Army-Navy weekend.
Yeah, it is.
Presented by our good friends at USAA. And we're having a good time. I'm looking outside right in front of me, which we could see. Well, you can't see it anymore, but there's the riverfront out there.
Yeah.
There's some little car. I swear I thought it was a little kid in one of those electric cars. It is the weirdest damn thing.
It's the Paul Blart Mobile.
That's what it is.
I mean, it's like a little security card, a car that when you're done driving it, you put it in your back pocket and you go home. It's more than a golf cart. I bet you it's heated, but it is a goofy looking little vehicle.
And it's got the lights flashing and all of that stuff.
Well, I mean, it looks tough.
It really doesn't. I was expecting a 3-year-old to get out of that thing.
It's a little bit more like the Jetsons. You remember, you've got grandkids. You get those little cars that you can push in the red and the yellow. I mean, that's kind of what it looks like, but it's the mall cop car.
Dude, I'm telling you.
It's Paul Blart.
That's the weirdest damn thing. I saw that thing drive by, and I'm like, what the hell is that?
I know.
Who let their kid out?
I mean, if you start running, you're going to win. It might catch you walking, but
it's weird
can
stuff.
It go over steps? It doesn't look like it'd be much of a four-wheeler.
Well,
can you imagine how manly and tough you feel? You got your badge on and you get out of that car.
Well, and that would mean you're probably going to get away, because I have a feeling and I don't know who's in that car. And no disrespect, whoever you are. I have a feeling you'll probably be able to outrun that person. I'm just saying.
You're going to have to go take a photo of this mean police car.
No, that would mean I would have to go outside. And
we'll send Justin.
No, well, he's from Philly. He's used to it.
Yeah, he's used to this.
It's a lot of fun out here. This is really kind of cool, and it does remind me a lot of the Riverwalk in San Antonio in a lot of ways because of the stuff that you have along the water here. Restaurants, there's some bars and that kind of stuff. And so it does kind of remind me a little bit, obviously not near as good as the Riverwalk, but
it's the Inner Harbor.
Kind of reminds me
there's a
of
submarine over there.
There is in a would you say a ship?
A destroyer.
A destroyer.
Yes, that would be. There's 2 ships over there and a submarine, also known as a ship, but the class of ship, there's a destroyer over there.
Now that other ship looked like a pirate ship. It had the cannon sticking out of the holes.
That would be like not, if it is a Navy ship, it would be from way back, like 220 years ago.
Like the pirate days.
The Navy is celebrating its 250th birthday this year. That might be one of them tall ships, as they used to call them.
Well,
but the Navy ships over there, it's a destroyer and a submarine.
It's got just, I mean, what would you say, about 12 cannons?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
It's
cool.
Yeah.
Although
cool,
it's better
actually.
when they, like with the tall ships, when they have it on display like that, but it's windy as hell, when they've got all the flags out the mast and it looks really cool. They don't have it set up quite like that. So you're not getting the full experience.
Dude, it's windy as hell.
It is. I feel like we're in Chicago, the Windy City.
I don't know where we're at. We're in Baltimore. That's where we're at. It's cold as hell here. It really is. It's Army-Navy weekend presented by our good friends at USAA. We'll continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Riding 281 with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM Floresville, and everywhere at sasportstar.com.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
It's football season and nothing beats fresh coffee, crisp air, and that locker room energy. Hey, it's Rob reminding you that Bluebonnet Bunk and Biscuit is a phone call away. From Selma to San Antonio, it's luxury pet care for your 4-legged MVP. With over 17,000 square feet of pet paradise, more than an acre of play outside, plus training and spa treatments, this is stadium fun for your furry family members. Call 210-750-1298. Bluebonnet Bunk and Biscuit, where every pet's a champion.
Visit Boot Barn today to save on top quality Christmas gifts. We're offering holiday specials right now where you can get $50 off all men's exotic boots, $40 off select women's boots, and 25% off flannels, sweatshirts, and select outerwear for men and women. We're also offering savings on select jeans, workwear, and kids' clothing. Visit us this week and save on top quality Christmas gifts. Boot Barn. Unwrap the West.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
The Gomez Law Firm is San Antonio's leader in personal injury law, and we have Jose with the Gomez Law Firm here with us to share more.
Number one priority is to let the people know that we are a law firm
that's been part of this community for 50 years. Mr. Gomes, he's been a practicing attorney here since 1973. He's born and raised here in San Antonio, done nothing but help out personal injury victims. It's very important that we get that out to the San Antonio community, because a lot of these attorneys like to come in here and act like they're from here, but they're all out of towners. They don't know what goes on here. If you've been injured, if you've been involved in an accident, you've been involved in a car wreck, call the Gomes Law Firm. We've been around for almost 50 years, and we're not going anywhere.
If you or your family have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, you need to visit joegomeslaw.com. Call the Gomes Law Firm at 736-4040.
And remember, Gomes Law fights.
Discover the newest place to play at Top Golf New Braunfels, now open at 427 Creekside Way in the New Braunfels Town Center. This no golf knowledge needed experience is for everyone and is all about bringing more play and more fun. Top Golf New Braunfels features new games, new food and drink, a 9-hole mini golf course, and half-off gameplay Monday through Thursday. Take a swing with Top Golf's exclusive golf club, The Sure Thing, designed to make golf less hard for beginners or those whose game just isn't that great. Come play around at Top Golf New Braunfels.
Kohl's Customer Appreciation Event is here, right in time for the gift exchange. Even though everyone pretends gifting isn't a competition, it kinda is. At Kohl's, save on gifts everyone will fight over. From sweaters and flannels to air fryers, toaster ovens, and more. Because deep down, the gift exchange isn't just about giving. It's also about winning. Shop Kohl's and save on top gifts now. Select styles, some exclusions apply. Offers end December 14th. See store or kohls.com for details.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
The San Antonio Spurs have arrived in Las Vegas. They're there to play in the semifinal round of the Emirates Cup tournament against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Tip-off on Saturday night set for 8 o'clock. Victor Wembanyama, according to head coach Mitch Johnson, could very well see some action in that game. CeeDee Lamb was in practice for the second straight day, making it likely he'll play Sunday night against Minnesota. He is recovering from a concussion.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minutes.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
There's nothing like a Thursday evening in Baltimore. Inner Harbor, that's where we're at. And why are we here? Well, it's Army-Navy weekend. That's why we're here. Presented by our friends at USAA. It's just getting started. The atmosphere is heating up a little bit. People are excited to be here, and it's always a lot of fun. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. He's Jason Minix.
Heating up, huh?
Heating up.
That's a poor choice of words. It's 9 degrees outside.
Well, it's heating up in here. I'm talking.
Oh, the excitement level.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
And hopefully it will heat things up everywhere. Although it's supposed to get colder, is it not?
Well, yeah. That's what happens is the night goes on, the temperature drops.
Okay, well, that's not what I'm talking about, Minix. I'm talking about this is Thursday. How about Friday is going to be colder? Saturday is going to be colder than all 3 of these days.
Aren't you the weatherman? Well, although
sometimes
as I look at actually Saturday's high is 44.
Okay.
And now there's no snow in the forecast on my phone anyway on Saturday, an 80% chance of snow on Sunday.
Okay, well, I don't see any snow on Sunday either. I don't know what app you're looking at, buddy.
Well, it's my phone.
Yeah, a little chance of rain according to mine early on Saturday morning. Other than that, it should be fine. 45 degrees, cloudy. And then 40 degrees on Sunday, but sunny.
Yeah, well, see, mine says 35 on Sunday, but I'm on a 9:30 flight home.
See, you worry. You wonder why these weather guys are off. Everybody's got a different opinion.
Well, and again, I mean, it's gonna be cold. I mean, we don't do weather in San Antonio. You know why? We don't need to. Here, the weather guy probably has to be a little bit more spot on.
There's no such thing as a spot-on weather guy.
This is true, and as I say that, I realize, well, that was dumb because the weatherman in Baltimore has to say it's going to be cold outside, just like in San Antonio, the weatherman in the summertime, it's going to be sunny and hot, right? I mean,
I wish that's all they would say, but that's not it. They got to tell you why.
Well,
you got the El Nino over here and the La Nina coming in from this way and this front coming here. It's crazy.
Well, and again,
do you really care? I mean, honestly, just tell me what's going to be. Is it going to rain or not?
No. Now, 31 Eagle fan says you two are soft. You've been whining about the weather all day.
Well, look, that's coming from an Eagle fan.
That is the world's smallest violin.
I mean, it is true. And I get it. And of course, it would be somebody from Philadelphia that's used to this, but that's a dude that got smart and moved his ass to Texas.
Absolutely.
Right?
He did.
Because he hates weather like this. You know, our guy Justin over here, he left Philadelphia to move to San Francisco,
where it's cold as hell.
Exactly.
I mean, it really is.
The old saying, the coldest winter I ever spent was a summer in San Francisco.
Yes. I can remember freezing my butt off during playoffs against the Warriors or whatever, and it just it's cold at night there, especially you get around the bay.
Yeah,
it's freaking cold.
And we're by the bay here. They call it the Inner Harbor. That's why it's cold and windy.
Well, it's not a bay then, is it?
Well,
it's a harbor.
It's water, dude. It's water, right? It's not a creek.
It's not a creek.
It's not a man-made river going through downtown San Antonio. It's the Inner Harbor. The Inner Harbor.
Well, it's a pretty cool place, I will say. It's surrounded by hotels and restaurants and some business office buildings and stuff like that.
It's their version of downtown San Antonio.
I think
the
so.
Riverwalk.
Yeah, I think it is. I really do. I think it is. But it's nice down here. Where the sun went down about 2 hours ago. It's been dark for about 2 hours now. But it's kind of cool out there now. We see the lights. They got they got Christmas lights on that ship over there. That's kind of nice.
I don't think those are Christmas lights. Those are always up.
They are.
Well, yeah.
It's like a red bow on that. Is that always there?
Well, I don't know
what kind of sailors are those.
Well, all right. So, but the lights like that on a ship are always there. The bow is for Christmas, I suppose.
Okay, yeah.
Although I don't see the red bow, but I'll go with you. I'm sure there's one there.
Well, there's some kind of red light there. Is there not? Am I lying? There's a red light. What is that? Is that a restaurant?
That's a restaurant that's on the other on the other side of the boat. Now, do you know when you're looking at a boat or a ship, you've got red lights on one and green lights on the other, your port and starboard lights?
I knew that. And the only reason I know that is because ski boats have the same thing.
Oh, yeah, of course, ski boats.
Well, they did.
Yeah, well,
I'm just saying.
All boats do.
Right.
So you know which way they're going.
Sure.
Yes. In the dark.
I knew that.
Yes. All right.
See, I knew that.
Your nautical lesson of the day, kids.
There you go. So if you see the red light coming at you, or is the red light's going away from you, the green light's coming at you.
One's going that way and one's going this way.
Well,
if it's coming at you, you're screwed.
Well, I'm just saying.
You better get out of the way. You better maneuver your boat because it's coming right at you.
If I see a red light coming at me, but I don't think.
Well, no, the red light would not be coming at you.
It would be going away.
It would tell you if it's going. If you're looking at the right side of the boat or the left side of the boat, which way is it going?
What if I'm looking at it head on?
And you see lights coming at you?
Get the hell out
just
of there.
like on the highway, you better swerve.
Wow. Art Garcia says there's a place here called the Rusty Scupper.
The Rusty Scupper?
I don't know if that's how you pronounce that or not. He said he almost proposed to his wife there.
Well, see, and I hear the name, the Rusty Scupper, and I'm thinking that's a strip club name in Baltimore.
That sounds like one, does it not? It really does. It really does.
And again, yeah. Exactly. John McClain coming up?
Yeah. I don't know. Not if he's listening to this show. He may not want to. He might not answer his phone.
Beep, and bleep, bleep.
John McClain. He's got his Twitter back, by the way.
Thank God.
Yes, he does. That's a good thing. And I know he's happy about the way those Houston Texans are playing. We're talking to the General, John McClain, when we continue here live from Baltimore. Army-Navy weekend presented by USAA. This is The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and AARP Texas are sending Cowboy fans to Jerry World to see America's team play all season long. How do you get in on the action? Head to sasportstar.com now and register to win. sasportstar.com. Live it up with the boys in the Big D from AARP Texas and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
Hey, Derek, you've got a 70 model GTO with a Judge option. I love the Judge. On a 1 to 10, where would you score it?
It's won 2 national awards, so probably about a 9.5.
So it's a real one. Is it 40 grand?
I'd say it's probably more than that. My insurance policy is right around 75 to 80.
Well, I've got some stuff overinsured too, dog. I know how that works.
Listen to the John Clay Wolf Show Saturday morning at 8 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Connecticut water systems are the best of the best. I personally have one in my home. All those other water softener systems out there are junk in comparison.
For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink. $400 off with trade-in and 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit. Call Connecticut of San Antonio and the Hill Country. 210-656-PURE.
Check them out at ConnecticutSA.com and tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
License number 38961.
Hi, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio where I've practiced for more than 30 years. And San Antonio has really grown since I started practicing law. The risk of injury in a car crash today is greater than it's ever been because every day we're forced to share our roads with 80,000-pound 18-wheelers and some truly dangerous drivers. If you or a family member is injured in a car crash, know this. The insurance companies are mobilized against you. They have highly trained adjusters and a long roster of attorneys with one job: pay as little as possible. Their techniques are extensive, and I believe you have zero chance of obtaining a fair recovery on your own. If you're involved in a car crash, you need to hire an attorney as soon as possible after the collision and before you speak to the insurance company's adjusters. Now, I do not have a comic book nickname. I do not call myself the Law Eagle, the Tiger Lawyer, the Law Chupacabra. I think the practice of law needs to be taken more seriously. If you've been injured, call me, Jason Thompson, for a free consultation. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400. Or my website, alawyerforus.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Ask yourself this question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-857-8866. That's 800-857-8866. 800-857-8866.
Ulta Beauty's big holiday beauty sale is back with up to 50% off must-have gifts. Shop irresistible deals like the Shark Beauty Flex Style and Benefit Cosmetics travel size mascaras. With new offers weekly, same-day pickup or delivery, and our trusted associates, we make holiday shopping effortless. Head into Ulta Beauty today. Ulta Beauty. Gifting happens here.
I can't believe how spotless my floors look after using the Swiffer Power Mop. No more dragging around a heavy mop and messy bucket. Now I get the same deep clean without all the work. Thanks to the powerful solution and scrubbing pad of the Swiffer Power Mop, dirt and grime don't stand a chance, and I don't break a sweat. Mic drop. Mop drop.
Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop.
A smarter way to mop. Try it or your money back.
Okay, so your trophy's in the cabinet. Business is great. The growing pains are all in the past, and you're feeling optimistic. Now you're in big trouble. Because truth is, no matter how well you slayed your last quarter, the next one could slay you right back. And without a cohesive strategy and a scalable idea you can rely on, nothing is certain except uncertainty. Which is why for your next rodeo, you need the Next Rodeo. The Next Rodeo is a true creative partner that brings next-level creative thinking and production quality to companies who didn't believe they could afford it. so you can keep your company growing without outgrowing the dream that started it. The next rodeo. The difference between the business you have and the business you want is one great scalable idea. Get the full story at thenextrodeo.com.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's a Friday on the Morning Huddle. Week 15 of the NFL got started with the Tampa Bay Bucks and the Atlanta Falcons, but there's plenty more where that came from.
College football might have gone away, but there's lots of football to talk about, and the Spurs are headed to Vegas for the Emirates Cup. We'll keep talking about it, but you got to get here early. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
We're live in Baltimore. Army-Navy weekend presented by USAA. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. And, well, the Houston Texans all but ended the Kansas City Chiefs dynasty, at least for this year.
Well, they did. John McClain, who covers the Texans, joining us now on the Buyers Barricades guest line. And we'll get to the game in a moment, John. But, I mean, your travels throughout the NFL, how do you like Baltimore, and what restaurant suggestions do you have?
Well, first of all, I hope you guys are freezing, because that kind of counteracts how y'all get such great weather in California every August when you go to the Cowboys training camp, and while the rest of us...
Let me interrupt. We have not whined about being none-degree weather out here in Baltimore one time today.
Not once.
Yeah, I bet you haven't one time. That's not what a source told me. And isn't the wind chill supposed to be somewhere in the teens for the game Saturday?
Probably.
I think they should give y'all sideline passes.
We do.
We have them. Yes.
John, I bought a heated vest for this thing 2 years ago. It's fantastic.
Oh, well, good. I'm glad you guys are comfy. We actually have a house outside Annapolis, about 35 minutes from downtown Baltimore. My favorite place is LJ Steamer's, a great place for crabs, crab dip, every kind of seafood. It's on the other side of the harbor, and it is fantastic. And I love Baltimore. My wife grew up in D.C. She prefers D.C. I prefer Baltimore, but I think it's a beautiful part of the country, great sports town, and I think it'd be very cool get to come to watch Army-Navy. Where our house is on the Chesapeake Bay, we're like 10 minutes from Navy Stadium.
Oh, wow. Well, that is cool. And Navy has a pretty good squad, John. I think they're favored by 6.5 points, at least the last time I checked. But you never can tell with this game. I mean, honestly, it's like Texas A&M. You never know. And so that's what makes it so much fun.
One of the coolest things I've ever seen, 2 years ago, Army and Navy let ESPN had embedded reporters to follow around a team captain all week, eating, sleeping. And the guy from Army said walking up the hills in Army almost killed him. But it was so cool. I didn't know this till my wife Carol told me. Like, if you guys were up during the week and you wanted to go eat in Navy's lunchroom where all the cadets eat, the public can go in there. Most of them just don't know it. And it is just such a cool operation. Now, I've never been to Army. I've always wanted to go because the setting is incredible. They're expanding their stadium or redoing it. But every time we go to our house, we drive by Navy Stadium with that big old Navy sign on it. And it always gives me goosebumps to think about all the famous Americans who came through there, all the people that gave their lives in wars who came through there.
Well, and when you go to a game there and the stadium and everything itself, but when you're at the stadium, I think one of the coolest things, you go into, an NFL stadium and you see retired names up there, legends, Roger Staubach and Drew Pearson and, Troy Aikman, whatever. At Navy Stadium, it's Iwo Jima. It's all the wars, Battle of the Ball, all of that, it's just up there and you just look at that and you reflect. Mikey Stadium at West Point, same way. And one of the ways, and I've never been to a game at Mikey Stadium, but if I did, the way I would want to go, from what I understand, you can actually, from New York City, get on a boat, go up the Hudson River, and and go to the game, and then you leave there the same way. I think that'd be a cool way to go to a game there at West Point. And I'm a Navy guy, but I think that'd be awesome. Yeah.
I think that would be awesome too. That ought to be on just about everybody's bucket list.
John, let's switch gears because I don't think there's anybody in the NFL right now that wants to play the Houston Texans. That defense is just incredible, and I know the rest of the country is pretty happy with the win over the Kansas City Chiefs. With not technically, I guess, yet, but all but said and done for the Chiefs' run.
The Texans are something right now that you guys won't be Saturday. Hot. Red hot. They've got that winning streak. They get, after going through a gauntlet of good teams, now they get to play Arizona and Las Vegas back to back. And if they don't slip up and take one of them too lightly, looking ahead to the Chargers, which has been moved to Saturday at 3:30 in 3 weeks from Sunday, the last big game. Then they'll play the Colts here. Who knows if Phillip Rivers will still be on this side of the grass after what he's trying to do. But this is a portion they ought to go at least 3-1. They'd be a wild card. They've never been a wild card. Texans have been in the playoffs 8 times, all as division champions. And the thing is, their defense is capable of beating anybody, anywhere, as they just showed in a really cold game on a Sunday night in Kansas City. But the key is their offense needs to become more consistent, more productive, and not so pathetic in the red zone. They lead the league in field goals, and that is never a good sign. And these next 2 games better be get-well games for that offense.
John McClain joining us here on the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. You look at that offense, and again, too many field goals, but C.J. Stroud does seem more comfortable in the offense in the game since he's come back from the concussion. I'm just concerned, as great as that defense is, are they getting enough help from the offense to make a serious playoff run?
I don't think so. Now they can say, hey, we've won 5 in a row, and they have, and they've won some close games. But you saw in the Sunday night game how Steve Spagnuolo came out blitzing like crazy in the second half, and the Texans were almost helpless. Stroud completed 3 passes in the second half, and he has a great rating and statistics when he throws over the middle. Well, you like for a quarterback to be able to drop back, go through his progressions, find receivers over the middle. Well, the problem was he got flushed too many times and had to roll to his right, and he made 3 really big plays rolling to his right. Stroud is not the issue. The running game is still mediocre, and the offensive line is still prone of bouts with ineptness, is the nicest way I can put it. And that third quarter against the Chiefs was a great example. But I think the offense just is survival. Don't turn it over. Don't do anything that would hurt the defense. It's almost like you should punt on first down.
Not a bad idea. I think C.J. Stroud is getting that message too, John. And tell me what you think. Yeah, I think sitting for those 3 games, maybe he learned. He said, yeah, this defense is pretty good. I just can't screw it up. It seems like he's doing that. Now, again, that offense is struggling a little bit. But if he just doesn't turn the football over, Houston's always going to be in a football game and have a shot at it.
They've been really good at it. They're number 2 in the NFL with plus 12 in turnover differential behind the Bears. They don't turn it over a lot, and that's good because you guys know you don't turn it over a lot, you got a chance to win any game. They're the only team in the last 40 years that's limited every opponent through 13 games to fewer than 225 yards passing. They've 11 opponents have not scored more than 20 points. They're number 2 in completion percentage for opponents, number 1 in quarterback rating. They're giving up 16 points a game, fewest in the league. They're trying to break the league record, their franchise record of 17.4 in 2011, which was Wade Phillips' first season as defensive coordinator under Gary Kubiak, and it was J.J. Watt's rookie season. And they've got a chance to break that record from 2011. But the key is the offense can't shorten the field. Don't throw any pick sixes or have any fumbles returned for touchdowns. And I still think they're too conservative, but they have some bad clock management situations in the end of the first half of the last two games that are inexcusable. They've had problems starting the game, lining up in the right spot. That's inexcusable. And it's all on the offense.
It really is. And like you said, some winnable games coming up, including Arizona. The Cowboys and Cowboy fans will tell you Arizona is going to be the one that bites them in the ass in the end. I don't think that Arizona's won since that game they had against the Cowboys, which was their best game of the year. Knucklehead question, because I don't think they're a good football team. And I know, everybody in Houston's going to say all the right things about Arizona, but you see weird stuff in the NFL. Explain how Tampa Bay lost a week ago. What does the Texans need to do to guard against taking these next couple of games lightly, since they are on this win streak?
When they get down in the red zone, score touchdowns, don't kick field goals. I'm picking the Texans 30-13. I picked the Texans to lose most of the time, and I've been wrong, and I'm happy I'm wrong, but I think they're going to play a lot better offensively, continue to play great defensively. And I think the only way Arizona could pull this upset is, say they had a kickoff return or a punt return for a touchdown, they had a pick six or a fumble return for a touchdown, or a couple of turnovers that they started drives in the Texans' end of the field. And I think Texans' mistakes are the only thing that could help the Cardinals win this game. And I think at this point of the season, D'Amico Ryans does a good job of motivating. They got some really good team leaders, and they know the situation. Their goal is to still win the AFC South. And but to do that, I think they'd have to win out.
Well, John, what kind of faith do you have in Jacksonville? They've been playing a lot better football lately. Lead the Texans by a game. I would assume for them to win that division, they're going to have to win out.
Well, they can. If the Texans win out, then yes, they're going to have to win out. If the Texans lose to the Chargers, I think what's going to happen, the Texans going to lose to the Chargers, and the Jaguars going to lose at Denver. And then the Jaguars would be one game up. That's why if the Jags are going to lose that, Texans got to win out. Can they beat Justin Herbert in L.A.? They almost beat Matthew Stafford in L.A. in the first game, lost by 5. Defense was great, gave up only 2 touchdowns. Offense stunk it up, 9 points. And they beat Herbert here in the wild card game last year. They beat him the time before that when they played in regular season, and he owes them. Ought to be a revenge game for Jim Harbaugh in the Chargers.
John McClain joining us here on the Blitz. Now, you mentioned it a moment ago. Phillip Rivers, 44 years old, a grandpa, trying to make an NFL comeback. Now, you realize the Colts, it's so desperate. But my thought on this is this really more of an indictment on the lack of development of quarterbacks? Because you can't tell me they can't find somebody in their 20s or 30s that give them a better opportunity to win than a guy who could barely move when he was actually an active NFL player?
Well, they had one that you guys know very well, Sam Ehlinger. He was there for 4 years. He's on the Broncos practice squad. He turned them down. He said he likes what they got going on there. He loved his time in Indianapolis, but he wants to stay on the Broncos practice side. That practice squad, that's pretty insulting. And they got Brett Rippon. Brett's a veteran, but they obviously have no confidence in him. And but it's an incredible story. I didn't understand it at first, and then I read that Steichen coached with Rivers 6 years in the Chargers, and they're really good friends, and they talk once a week because Rivers runs Steichen's offense in his high school in Mobile. They've been very successful. And then Rivers said when he saw that Daniel Jones was out with an Achilles, he wondered when they talked if he was going to ask him, "Hey, bud, how do you feel?" And he told him, "I feel great. I want to give it a shot." It's kind of a no-lose situation for him. But on the other hand, it's a brutal schedule. They go to Seattle, then they got the 49ers and the Jaguars and the Texans. And so you just hope Rivers doesn't get hurt They're going to run Jonathan Taylor probably 30 times a game. I tell you what I'd do. I would play fake it to Taylor on first down. Everybody would think he's getting the ball, and I'd throw deep just to see, let them know they could do it.
Out of curiosity, John, you're a Hall of Fame voter, and he's a semifinalist. If he plays, his clock starts over. And maybe because of some of the guys that he's up against right now with Eli and Drew Brees, does this clear the deck, because Tom Brady's going to get in on a first ballot, in 5-6 years? He would probably have an easier time getting in, maybe, because outside of Mahomes, what other quarterbacks right now do you say that guy's a surefire Hall of Famer? Maybe a Josh Allen. Does this reset the clock? And if he has any kind of success, maybe help him down the road?
It's an interesting point because once he's activated, he goes 5 years. He's taken off the ballot. And I don't know if he's a Hall of Fame quarterback. I never thought he'd get in this year. And so I think it'd be good for him to go back. And there are going to be quarterbacks coming out. But if he did well, boy, you're right. That's something I hadn't thought about, Jason. That would certainly look good on his resume.
Well, I've already hearing they're talking about comeback player of the year if he goes 4-0 through this stretch and everything else.
Give me a break.
It's crazy. I'm telling you, it's what I'm hearing. Look, I'm with you here. I'm afraid for the man's safety. And look, the guy couldn't run when he was 25. He's 44 now, and I just if there's any kind of pass rush on this guy, I just think he's toast.
Well, he's playing against a great defense. It's got a pass rush. Hope he doesn't get hurt. If he could just be respectable, maybe they run well throwing 15 passes or they fall so far behind. They got to bring in whoever going to be the backup. But it is an incredible story. A man with 10 kids, 2 grandkids, hadn't played in 5 years, giving it a shot for his old team.
Wow.
It's bizarre. It's the NFL, and good Lord, now I kind of want to watch a Colts game.
I'll watch it.
I'll watch it.
Yeah, I mean, we all are, and every time he gets hit, you're going to be like somebody's mom in the stands, like, don't get hurt, don't get hurt. All right, good play.
John, just real quick, I've got to ask you your opinion because we've been talking about the Michigan situation.
Oh.
What is your take on what's going on there? The athletic director now we hear is fired, and he could
he should be
by authorities.
He should be because he has presided over some of the worst scandals in history. And there was a story today that this guy had all the inside information about what happened. He's a Michigan guy, and he was on the internet talking about he went over there with her knife and trying to get her, and then threatened to kill himself. And that's why they put him in jail, suicide watch. And he doesn't get a penny. He's got a wife and 3 little girls. And that when they investigated the original complaint anonymously, both of them denied it like crazy, so they didn't do anything. And it looks like this, according to this guy, she got a raise from $55,000 to $90,000 in the summer. She works for more, and nobody else got that. And she didn't get a better title, and it pissed off some of the people in there. So then that's when that anonymous tip happened. And then something happened where she went in and showed him text messages and everything else. And they called him in and fired him. And Ward, what's his name? Who's the AD? He's got to go. I read a list of all their scandals. It's amazing how many scandals Michigan has had.
Absolutely. It's going to be interesting to see who ends up with that job. And right now I wonder, while it is Michigan, is it right now a good job to take where, in the past, that would be one of those probably top 5 jobs in college football?
Absolutely, it would be. Mac Rhodes is available. No.
Well, he's familiar.
Yeah.
Crisis PR expert. The great John McClain back on Twitter at McClain_on_NFL. John, enjoy your football weekend, my friend.
Guys, thank you very much. Merry Christmas to everybody and happy holidays.
Appreciate it. John McClain here on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales. for San Antonio and beyond online at buyersbarricades.com.
Boy, I tell you what, it's a night in Baltimore, and we're just watching it go by. Look at this. But we're about to get out there.
You say that. Like, I feel like we're inside of a snow globe.
It is kind of that way, isn't
somebody has turned on these lights inside of our, disco lights. Have they been on this whole time?
Yeah.
It just got dark enough we can see them?
They're right over to my left, up on the ceiling. Yeah, it's red and white going there.
And then we see all the people outside freezing their ass off while we're toasty inside this room that we're in. Although when we go outside, we know it's going to suck.
Yeah, we won't be outside long. I promise you that. I won't be. You can do whatever you want.
We got a Jimmy Eat World concert at 8 o'clock.
That's awesome. I hope you enjoy that concert. I may just stay right here.
Well, there's no beer here.
Well, that's true.
You ain't staying here.
31 degrees, I'm being told. Feels like 26. That's what it is right now. So you can only imagine it's going to get down to who knows what. 30 oh, that's Monday.
It's cold. It's cold.
Woo. I don't even want to see. I get cold just looking at that. Oh, my goodness.
What? Dude, I got into my hotel room today. Whoever had that room left a sauna. It was set at 90 degrees. I opened that hotel door, and it about knocked you out. Oh, what the hell is this?
Well, maybe they did that on purpose, like a little practical joke.
Maybe, but that was awful. I mean, that's a crime against humanity.
It really is. It really is. We're live in Baltimore. Army-Navy weekend presented by USAA. Oh, it's a fun day. We got day 2 coming up tomorrow and a long list of really, really interesting folks. We'll tell you about that. And we'll wrap things up here in Baltimore. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Dallas Cowboys fans, come on down! It's AJ and Rob from the Morning Huddle, and you could be the next contestant on
The Stat Is Right.
Every week leading up to the week of the Cowboys home game, AJ and Rob toss out a Cowboys player and a stat from the upcoming home game. Passing yards, rushing yards, number of times Dak adjusts his wristband mid-play, or perhaps CeeDee Lamb mouthguard chews per quarter. Whatever. All you have to do is predict that stat, get the closest, and bam! You're headed to Jerry World with a pair of tickets to the next Cowboys home game. Think of it like The Price is Right, but instead of winning a blender, you get to scream, "How about them Cowboys?" inside AT&T Stadium. So study up, Cowboy Nation, and listen to the Morning Huddle to play. The Stat Is Right, only on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Kohl's Customer Appreciation Event is here, right in time for the gift exchange. Even though everyone pretends gifting isn't a competition, it kinda is. At Kohl's, save on gifts everyone will fight over. From sweaters and flannels to air fryers, toaster ovens, and more. Because deep down, the gift exchange isn't just about giving. It's also about winning. Shop Kohl's and save on top gifts now. Select styles, some exclusions apply. Offers end December 14th. See store or Kohls.com for details.
Hey, it's football season and your furry MVP deserves a win. Hey, it's Rob, and reminding you, Bluebonnet Bunk and Biscuit in Selma is a luxury pet care resort with over 17,000 square feet of fun, plus training, spa days, and acres to play. Book today at 210-750-1298.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want to boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Turn things all the way up and find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with a Capital One Saver card. So let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything. The Capital One Saver card is at table 27, and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu.
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver Card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
For a limited time, get a free K5 reverse osmosis drinking water station when you purchase a Connecticut water softener. Clean, great tasting water at your kitchen sink. Hurry before they're gone.
ConnecticutSA.com. Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
So right now may be the perfect time for you to rethink how you pay for health care. And here's why. This time of year is decision time for a lot of people, but it's also when you can join MediShare and save even more than usual. For many families, joining MediShare means saving about $500 a month, which is a game changer for a lot of people. More than 1 million people are part of healthcare sharing now because it just makes so much sense right now. And MediShare is the gold standard. Members like it a lot. We know this from member surveys. MediShare has been around for over 30 years. It is a proven thing. And if you join before December 15th and you mention the promo code SHARE, they'll waive your application fee. So you save $100 right off the bat. I'll give you the number here in a second, but just call. You'll get a price within 2 minutes. And again, the deadline's December 15th. Call now. You'll save even more. Here's the number. It's 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
2 hours ago, Kyle arrived at the bar.
Hey, what's everyone drinking?
30 minutes ago, Kyle got his friends another round of drinks.
Cheers.
5 minutes ago, Kyle decided to drive home drunk. A minute ago, a law enforcement officer pulled up behind Kyle.
Sir, have you been drinking tonight?
A chain of events that began 2 hours ago is about to change Kyle's whole world. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA.
Davis Law Firm secures important verdicts and settlements for Texans hurt in a car, truck, or 18-wheeler wreck. Many in the millions of dollars. No case is too big or too small. And remember, there's no fee unless we win. So if you want more, call the Fours. Davis Law Firm, San Antonio, 444-4444.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday morning at 11, the Aggies host the Miami Hurricanes, presented by Just Pots. Pre-game at 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know what the internet's really good at, Menix, is clickbait.
Yeah.
There is a headline on TMZ that says Sydney Sweeney reveals the truth about her boobs during a lie detector test. Wouldn't you want to read that story?
Well, that photo makes you want to click on it.
What?
It has nothing to do with the headline. I'm surprised you actually read the words.
I'm just saying.
I saw the picture and sent it to you.
Honestly, why? What? And why was she taking a truth detector test or a lie detector test? Honestly, that's a bizarre.
I'm just impressed you're reading the words.
Well, it's bizarre.
It's about the articles, Joe.
Well, of course it is. Yes. I didn't even notice any pictures.
Breast kept secret.
I didn't even know there were any pictures, for goodness sake.
Yeah.
That's bizarre. I'm going to have to read that story now.
You study it.
I'm going to.
It's headline blitz for tomorrow.
I think you're right. Why are you
not
taking a lie detector test, and why do you need the truth about what? Is somebody lying about her boobs?
Do you think they're real?
Well, it could be. Is she claiming they're real?
I don't know. I didn't read the article. I saw the picture and sent it to you because.
Oh, you sent that, huh?
No, Pledge did. We'll blame Pledge.
Well, that's what I kind of thought it was Pledge. As I'm scrolling through there. Wow.
Good Lord.
Unbelievable.
Good Lord.
Unbelievable.
Did we say Miss America is going to be on the show tomorrow?
I think we have, but it's worth saying again.
RG3
will be on the show.
a lie detector test?
Better look at her boobs first.
It's Miss America.
Oh, okay.
You got to ask him about the time he did in Baltimore.
Yeah, we will ask RG3 about the time he did in Baltimore.
I want to ask him about the time he did in Baltimore.
I want to ask about the time he did at Coppers Cove High School. Go Bulldogs.
What's worse?
Coppers Cove. Fort Hood. Although, I mean, look, our RG3, I mean, I'm from Coppers Cove. What he did there in high school, him and Peanut Tillman, co-producing NFL guys, it's cool. He's got a street named after him by the new HEB. It's cool. And his NFL career, he did time in Baltimore. It's cool. He was a Raven.
Well, that's what one of our guests said today, that RG3 did time in Baltimore.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know what that means, but we'll ask him because he's going to be on the show. And I'm really looking forward to talking to Tim Pernetti.
Yes.
He's the commissioner of the American Conference. And with everything we've been talking about with UTSA and the money raised and all of that kind of stuff, it's going to be an interesting conversation. So all of that coming up for you tomorrow as we continue our live coverage from Baltimore, Army-Navy weekend, presented by USAA. Looking forward to tomorrow. A long list of distinguished guests.
Absolutely. Mike Mayock is going to be on the show tomorrow. Brian Jones, who's always great, former Longhorn on CBS. He'll be the best dressed guy there tomorrow.
He will be.
And even in a room where there's going to be a lot of military brass, generals, admirals in their uniforms, Brian Jones is still going to be the best dressed guy there.
There's no doubt about it. No doubt about it, because he always is. That's just his style.
Now, we're here in Baltimore for Army-Navy Radio Row. We get a Jimmy Eats World concert in a little more than 1 hour from right now. But there's a lot going on in San Antonio. Let's do it. We do this every Thursday about this time.
The Blitz wants you to know what's on tap. Presented by Sam's Burger Joint.
Get ready for the weekend. It is What's on Tap, brought to you by Sam's Burger Joint online at samsburgerjoint.com, where you can get your tickets, see their entire calendar, their menu. They've got a band called Nether Hour on stage tonight. Jason Eady on Friday night. Saturday night is Ken Slavin Swing and Holiday Show. If you've never seen Ken Slavin, he is fantastic. And the holiday special, that will get you in the Christmas spirit if you're lacking it. On Sunday, Desert Highway, an Eagles tribute band. And next Wednesday, plan ahead, Los Number 3 Dinners, one of those iconic San Antonio bands.
Yeah, no doubt about it. If you're looking for something else tonight, up at Green Hall, you have Reed South Hall, the acoustic tour. This is interesting. Out at the Majestic Theater, Kansas, playing the Majestic Theater tonight.
I know at one point you were really disappointed you couldn't go, but chose Baltimore instead.
No,
you didn't want to be dust in the wind?
No. Don't they carry on My Wayward Son too?
Maybe.
I'm not sure. ACL Live, a Prairie Home Companion Christmas going on.
Green Hall on Friday night has Pecos and the Rooftops. Florist Country Store, David Adam Burns. Aztec Theater has 7 Dust Southside double wide at tour. I have no idea. William Beckman is at the Stable Hall at the Pearl, and ACL Live has Portugal, the Man, the Denali Tour. I have no idea.
Passing Strangers tomorrow night at Pick's Bar.
Are they?
Yeah.
Where's that at?
It's on the paper right there. How about that?
On the next page. You've already flipped over.
I have.
Upon a Burning Body, great show at Vibes Event Center. And at McIntyre's North Star, Roger Krager is playing?
Wow.
How the hell are they pulling that off?
I have no clue. Saturday at the Aztec Theater, Queensryche, Volume and Vengeance Tour with special guests, except we've given tickets away to that show.
Absolutely. That'd be a good show.
Yeah, Majestic Theater, Doc Watkins and his orchestra, Charlene McComb's Empire Theater, the Irish Tenors. Whoa, that'll be a thrill. Green Hall, Pecos and the Rooftops is out there. Billy Strings is playing out at the Moody Center on Saturday night. At the Vibes Event Center, you've got Death Angel and Leftover Crack at the Vibes Underground. Leftover Crack.
Where is that?
Vibes Underground.
When?
Saturday night.
Saturday night?
Is that a show you're going to go see?
Well,
Leftover Crack?
Leftover Crack. I thought Vibes said Death Angel.
What kind? Well, I'm just saying it.
It's what's on my page.
It's on the page here.
Yeah.
And then Leftover Crack.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, look at that. Vibes Underground and Vibes Event Center.
Okay.
Yeah.
Leftover Crack. You sure that's the drug, or is it a plumber's convention?
I think if you go leftover crack, then you will see Death Angel. I think that's how it could work. It's possible.
All right.
Soul Sessions at Green Hall on Sunday. Stable Hall at the Pearl continues their weekend run with William Beckman. Charlene McComb's Empire Theater has Dimitri Martin, the Quick Draw Tour. At the Majestic Theater, I've seen a bunch of ads for this.
Oh,
yeah? 90s hits, the Christmas riffs, Mark McGrath, Kevin Griffin, and Emerson Hart. 3 dudes, variety of bands. Can't put a show on together as their whole band, so they got together and they're doing Christmas songs. But if you were a big fan in the 90s, ladies, if you're looking for a soccer mom, you want to make sure you're at the Majestic on Sunday night.
A soccer mom.
Uh-huh.
All right. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pull up in your minivan.
Yeah. Monday night at the Green Hall, Kathy Murray and the Kilowatts. And ACL Live Pink Martini All-Stars presents A Season of Stars.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought they also had that same show at the Palace.
They might.
Yeah.
They might. And next on the main stage.
Yeah. What's on tap brought to you by Sam's Burger Joint, online at samsburgerjoint.com.
What a day. First day out. Annie Agar, Max DiDomenico.
Apologies for the Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
if you're going back on YouTube to watch the video.
Sorry about that, y'all.
Annie Agar. The photo on our socials is far better.
It's shiny enough.
But Annie Agar is spectacular.
She really is. And
she's funny as hell.
Great personality and very clever with what she does.
You know, we see her every year at Super Bowl. So, you know, this year we get to see her twice. But she's just, one, very creative, very talented. She is smart as hell. She is smart and knows her football.
I agree with all of that. Yeah, she's good, and it was fun to get to talk to her today. And a big guest lineup for you tomorrow. Don't miss us here as we go day number 2, Army-Navy weekend here in Baltimore. Coming up next, though, Extra Innings with Pledger is coming up. I think he's got a half a show tonight before we get into Thursday night football, brought to you by our friends at Flight by Yingling.
Yeah, Tampa Bay against Atlanta. I like Tampa Bay in this one. They get Mike Evans back. Coming off a bad loss, I expect Tampa Bay to roll.
And the fellas in the morning huddle, AJ and Rob, they get you going at 6 o'clock. But again, the Blitz, star-studded lineup tomorrow. We get started at 2. Until then, everybody, have a great night.
You're riding with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6.